Let me get this started up.
Well, let's get this going so I can take a nap.
I just took a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took a nap from like 6 to 7:30.
Yeah.
Then I went and got some Chick-fil-A, and then I came back.
Yeah, I had Chick-fil-A on campus for lunch. Getting some good old chicken sandwiches.
Right?
I usually get Chinese food, but the Chinese food place is closed on Fridays.
Yeah. All right, we are good here. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's been a bit. But welcome back to more Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. I am Mr. Grinchman, once again along with ACP. In the last stream, we finished up Chapter 4. I believe we just did the trial. I think that's all we did. We got out of the funhouse, and we found out who killed Nekamaru, or Mekamaru as Chiaki calls him. And it was Gundam, and we found out that apparently the reason was, even though he wouldn't admit it, that he and Nekamaru both kind of brawled and fought to the death for the sake of the rest of us. In which Gundam came out on top and killed Nekamaru, and then he was found out and executed. And we also found out during the trial that Nagito, something happened to him apparently. Right at the end of right before the trial started, something went on with him. He knows something that the rest of us don't. And we also had a little scene at the end with him talking to Monokuma about the potential end game of this whole thing and trying to even volunteer to help him out, but Monokuma declined him. So that's not good. So we're coming down to the end. Today we're taking on Chapter 5. As a reminder, ACP and I have played this. I have actually played through the Deadly Life and the trial of Chapter 5 fairly recently, and this is probably my favorite chapter in the game, so I should be on the ball with most things in this chapter. ACP has not played this since in about a year, this particular chapter, so I don't know how much he remembers it, but that's where we are with this one.
Yeah, I don't really remember any specifics at all, really. I remember there's a city and some tanks.
Oh yeah, the tanks are in this chapter.
Nagito does some crazy stuff, and that's about it.
All right, well, then let's get underway. Penultimate chapter of the game.
Yeah.
We are coming down to the end.
Yeah, I don't think I remember anything specific about the dialogue.
Yeah, I don't. In like the first third of the chapter, I don't remember a whole lot of the dialogue. After being released from the funhouse, we went back to living our less than ordinary lives. And just like the day before, our day began with us all gathering at the restaurant.
Except there's like barely anyone left.
There's technically 7 of us alive, but I bet only 6 of us are actually even here.
Yeah.
You know, every time we meet up here, it makes me realize just how crazy this whole situation is. The restaurant certainly feels more spacious than before.
Oh, wait. Before I get too far into this.
Yes.
One random question.
Yep.
Have you ever seen the special Nagito OVA anime?
Oh, the bonus episode, basically?
I guess that's what you call it.
That's the only one that's never been dubbed. Or that's the one with like where his luck takes down a building or something. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay.
I've seen it once. Yeah, I've seen it once.
It's like I'd forgotten about it, and I was like, I wonder if he actually knows this exists.
Yeah, I know about it. I've seen it once.
Yeah.
Have you actually seen it?
I've seen parts of it.
I probably need to watch it again because I don't.
But I couldn't say I really remember much from it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but
yeah. Usually when stuff is subbed, I probably need to watch it more than once.
Yeah.
Because I just understand what's going on a little more. Because that means I have to fully be paying attention to the dialogue.
Yeah.
The subtitles, I should say. So I probably need to watch it again. But I have seen it once. I remember.
Yeah.
I do remember the end of it. Of what happens, because I can't say what happens because that spoils this game. The last scene in there spoils the end of this game. So but I do remember
But
it.
yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I had forgotten about that until I came across it the other day.
There's actually
But yeah.
there's actually a manga series that goes through the events of Danganronpa 2 through the eyes of Nagito, which I've read most of it. I own all 3 of the novels, or like the manga for it. I haven't read the 3rd one.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, but
Cat's hanging out with me on the desk here.
hey, cat, just don't
Yeah.
get on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Already 4 minutes in, and the cat already makes her appearance.
She's been on a diet recently, and she's mad that she doesn't get more food.
Trying to get her to lose weight.
Yep.
Of course it feels spacious. There are less than half of us now than there were at the beginning.
Stupid fool!
What?
Oh, that's right. I remember this thing.
Oh
Did you hear something?
my! Hey!
It's Nekamaru? That was Coach Nekamaru's voice.
Huh?
What are you talking about? He's no longer.
What's up?
What
I'll beat you up!
are you laughing about? I'll beat the crap out of you if you keep grossing me out like that. Hey, that's not cool. I was up all night working my fingers to the bone.
I am concerned.
More importantly, I am starting to get tired of these seasonings in this restaurant.
Jeez.
Seriously, I'm starting to realize how valuable Teru was.
Ugh, don't ignore me. I'm trying to talk about something important.
Huh?
Important?
All right!
This. It took me all night to make it.
My!
Is that a Nekomaru doll?
I'm no doll! I'm Mini Maru!
Mini Maru. I forgot about the Mini Maru.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember a whole much from this chapter.
Yeah.
Since we did it after a week-long binge
Yeah.
last time we played it, so this one kind of went by as a blur.
Yeah. So I think this chapter was one of the ones we did really late.
Yeah.
Really late at night, so
I think was this the one we all nighted in order to finish the whole game before you had to leave?
that was 6.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think we
But
did
yeah,
this
we
the
were
day
still up.
before.
Yeah, we were up till really late trying to finish this one and then do 6 that night.
Yeah. Yeah, our voices were dead.
Yeah.
Mini Maru.
I took some parts from him to make it. What do you think? Pretty quality, right? Of course, it doesn't have free will or anything, so it's more like, a toy. But isn't it freaking adorable?
Are you serious? Thanks.
It's so cute. Thanks. I'll keep it.
Well,
I never said anything about giving it away.
I'll beat you up!
Don't be so stuck up. Your stuff is my stuff, right?
That's not how it goes.
That's her logic.
Yeah. That's like Buford Van Stom logic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Buford. I love Buford as a character.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Whoa, hey now, that's bully logic.
Man.
Well, it doesn't matter. I made this to cheer you guys up anyway. Well, as long as we have it, we won't forget, about Nekromaru's sacrifice for us. We're standing here today because of him. So, if we're gonna prevent something like that from ever happening again,
Engines revving!
I guess we gotta fight too, right? We can't just keep running away.
Gotta admit, I never thought I'd hear you say something that awesome.
Of course.
In the end, Gundam told us never to give up on life. So I will never give up. I shall fight until the very end. Gundam, please watch over me. He doesn't really care about Nekomaru.
Or Kazuichi.
She doesn't really care about, well, no, that's a lie. She cares about some other people, but,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like
it's always like there's,
Kazuichi just builds a whole robot and she's still thinking about Gundam.
yeah. To be fair, Sonya is probably not the closest to Nekomaru. in
No.
comparison to how she was to Gundam. So,
Mm-hmm.
'cause obviously not everyone's is close with everybody. So
Yeah.
you can make the argument that Akane was not close with Gundam, and she probably doesn't care as much that he's dead, in relation to the fact that Nekomaru was dead. It's always like it's kind of nice that it's almost a refresher for this, where it's like both people are sort of equally missed. Maybe not by the same people, but sometimes in a lot of chapters in these games, that like I think I mentioned before, like with V3, a lot of the times they're only like one of the people that dies in the chapter is really remembered, by the rest of the group or brought up again a lot. Like in V3, I think I mentioned it in the stream, like everyone talks about like missing Kaede, and then Rantaro is just like glossed over for most of the game until the very end.
Yeah.
That he's dead, and then with like what else is there, like in V3, like or in chapter 3, like only like Tenko is really ever mentioned again. Angie and Kyo just never really get mentioned again. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like in this game, it actually does it a little better, where at least in the chapter after, except for 4, the people from the previous chapter are mentioned, I would say, fairly equally.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say Byakuya and Teruteru are referenced probably the same amount of times. And, with the stuff with chapter 2 with what Hyoko's doing, that kind of brings back, Mahiru in a way. And then, of course, with Fuyuhiko and talking about Pekko and stuff. And then, of course, with this, just chapter 3 is sort of glossed over, which kind of goes with that whole empty thing, I guess I was talking about, where Ibuki, Mikan, and Hiyoko aren't really brought up again.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, overall, especially the ending, like, some of the characters, like, just, like, don't really matter, yes. Yeah. Like, it's kind of hard to, like, connect them back to the overall plot by the end. They were just kind of there on the island just to set up the murders.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that at the end of chapter 3.
Yeah.
Where I talked about how, Mikan like Hiyoko and Ibuki are not really plot relevant at all.
Yeah.
Or at least with Mikan, it has like the whole excuse where the remembering disease like sort of explains some about maybe what could have happened in the overall plot, but like Ibuki and Hiyoko do nothing.
Yeah.
And you're right, like I said, and I think I mentioned, as I said, in the relevance of the plot, Akane does nothing.
Yeah.
Like even in the context of, sorry.
I would say overall between 1 and 2, I'd say not including 3, because it's not really tied in the same way. But I would say Sayaka is probably the least important character in the whole series.
I would argue
the main cast.
I would argue Leon's up there too.
But like even Leon has even like a passing importance in like the Spare Girls. For like the side plot of his cousin.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Like,
if you care about that, yeah.
Like Sayaka, like is just barely even used or mentioned or has any like relevance to literally anything.
Yeah, she dies right away.
And then like
like
right. I think like what they mention her name in Despair Girls.
Yeah, because
right?
when you find the hit list card with her bandmate.
Yeah.
Like Kamaru talks about like, oh, I'm a big Sayaker, like so she loves her music.
Yeah, that's like the most she's ever talked about after she dies in the whole series.
Yeah, because like Makoto references her a couple of times, but it's mostly in the context of, when he's recapping what happened in the game, where it's like, Sayaka murdered Leon, and then it goes recaps, or like he's remembering like a motive or something. But it's very rare, and usually it's kind of lumped in with the others that have died as well.
Yeah, she literally just exists to like give you someone that you think you might be friends with, and then to die immediately.
I thought that was actually, when I played the game for the first time, I thought that was actually kind of a clever way of doing it, where you maybe you won't expect that. I mean, it just depends, I guess, on how you. Yeah. How you.
I mean, I think from a writing perspective, it makes sense, right? To prime the player who doesn't know what to expect, right? Of, okay, you're in this weird situation, you don't know what's gonna happen, like, especially back then, when the game first launched.
Yeah.
Like, people just played it, they had literally zero idea what the plot was going to be, right? So the writers were like, we want to make sure the players feel as on edge and like mistrusting of like the other characters as possible. So the first person you pretty much ever talk to in the game like betrays you, and now you're kind of suspicious of everyone else, right?
Yeah. Because like after
it makes sense from a writing perspective.
Yeah.
But
it's like after the introduction. I mean, after like in chapter 1, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what happens. Because after you introduce yourself to everybody, like, it's obvious she's the one that has like some kind of connection with the main character, and then chapter 1 they sort of explore that a bit, and then like you said, yeah, she dies right away. And I guess I get what you're saying. Like, so I mean, obviously anyone else who lives farther than that is going to be at least somewhat more relevant to the plot. That lives beyond that. And even the character, I mean, like even the other two characters, like you said, that die in the same chapter, pretty much like there's 3 deaths there's 2 deaths in the span of 5 minutes, and then another death a few hours later.
I think was it Alter Ego?
Yeah.
The computer name.
Yeah.
I think the computer program gets more lines of dialogue in the game than she does.
Yeah, it does, because you see Alter Ego in chapters, I think 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And then I think you're right. Yeah, because like even it's like I mentioned, like in chapter, like in that game, like like I said, 3 characters die in chapter 1. That's the only time that ever happens. And obviously that's made up for the fact that no one actually dies in 5 in that game. So, and I said, and out of the 3 people that die, like you say, like, even though Sayaka dies and literally 5 minutes later someone else dies, and then Leon dies about an hour or so later, or however long it takes you to do the investigation of the trial, like, yeah, she's definitely the least relevant. Like, there are definitely times when the victim is more relevant than the culprit in this span of the story, but not in that case. And like I said, even like when you look at like, even if technically you spend more time with her than, Leon or Mukuro, like, she's not like you said, not as relevant as them in the context. Like, I mean, maybe you can make the argument in that particular game she's more relevant than Leon in that game.
Yeah.
But like you said, in the whole overarching story, because of that side story, you can definitely make an argument that Leon is more relevant in that context.
Yeah.
But in the context of the first game itself, you could make an argument that maybe she's more relevant than him, because you don't actually have to do anything with Leon.
Yeah, you technically can just like not talk to him at all, except for like
the required scenes.
Yeah.
And then like with like Mukuro, even though you don't have to talk to her either, obviously she's super relevant to the plot.
Yeah.
With the stuff that happens in the chapter 5 of the game, she's obviously in chapter 6. She's super relevant, even though she dies like 10 minutes after Sayaka does. Well, in the context of like when you're playing the game, obviously the murder, there's a few hours in between the deaths, but in the context of when you find Sayaka's body and when Mukuro gets killed, there's only maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and like, so I said, obviously she's super relevant, and then of course you have the sides, the fan novel, the Danganronpa IF that talks about Mukuro.
Yeah.
And so I said, obviously she's a lot more relevant. You're right. Like, I said, V3 is a different beast in and of itself. So I think you're right within the context of this game when you said that. I mean,
but yeah, I don't know, just so interesting.
Yeah.
Thinking about.
Yeah, because like there's a lot of character, and you're right. Like there's a lot of characters that are just there, and I can argue in 1 there's a lot of irrelevant characters in terms of the plot in 1. Because like you said, in terms of the overall plot, like Leon's not relevant, Taka's not relevant, Hifumi's not relevant. In terms of the overall plot, Hiro's not super relevant. Mondo, Celeste, like in terms of the overarching, non-murder plot, all of them are not relevant at all, really.
Yeah.
Like and Hina, like, but yeah, I would argue the only plot relevant characters in that game are obviously Mukuro,
Yeah. I mean, even outside of 1, Hina is surprisingly underused in a lot of the other contexts, I
Yeah.
guess. Like, because you obviously have the main 3. Does she also join Future Foundation? I
She
feel like
does.
she ended like
Yeah, she does.
Like you don't see
her at all again.
Yeah.
You don't
like,
see. Yeah, she's the only character of the 6 that survive that you don't see again in any context in the games.
which is weird because like it felt like she was kind of like this, like the I don't know.
The emotional heart of that group of 6.
Yeah, like it'd be it's like it's such a weird thing for them to just not use like one of the main fan favorite characters from the first game like ever again.
Yeah, like the only time she gets really used again in the games, like she's mentioned once in Despair Girls.
Yeah.
She's mentioned a couple of times, but she's not used in any of the other games. The only other time she appears is in the Future Arc anime where she shows up.
Yeah.
And but like obviously Toko appears again, Byakuya, and Makoto appears in Despair Girls too.
Yeah.
But like, and even Hero, like even though he doesn't appear in the game, like in the actual playable game of Ultra Despair Girls, he has that novel that shows up in the game that is canon.
Yeah.
You don't have to read it, but he's there. That is there. It exists. It's canon.
Yeah. Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. So, because there's a character named Canon in that.
Yeah.
I need the rim shot there, but yeah, but like you're right. Hina just doesn't appear again, which is, like you said, an odd choice. Even though I would say she's definitely the most, in terms of like just personality, likable people out of the 6. In terms of just being like the nice person that is just kind of has a likable personality out of the group of 6. Because just like I said, before we wrap this conversation up, it's like just kind of going back to what I was saying about plot relevant characters in 1. Obviously, Makoto is somewhat relevant because obviously he's the one who stops everything, and then you'd argue that obviously Kyoko is plot relevant, Mukuro is plot relevant, Sakura is plot relevant, and I would say Byakuya is plot relevant. Yeah, Byakuya is plot relevant.
Yeah.
And then I'm torn on whether to say Toko is really plot relevant because she's not really. It's like one scene that she's plot relevant for, and it wasn't necessary, so I don't really count her as super important either. At least not in that game.
Yeah.
Obviously in Despair Girl, she's actually pretty important in that game, but in 1, she's not important at all in most contexts. So, what was that?
Huh?
I heard like a ba-da-ba-ding noise. Thought it was your phone or something.
I don't know. It might have been on your side.
I don't know, unless it's just something on my computer. Oh well.
All right. Well, that was a long diversion, but
Yeah. Hey, that's part of the fun, though. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah. Gotta dissect and that's why one of the reasons why we're doing 2 again, even though we've already personally played it, so we can go back through and discuss all of the interesting ways the games connect and the characters interact.
Yeah.
So
That's part of the fun.
Miss Sonia?
Miss Sonia, what did you think of my little pep talk?
Oh my.
Oh, did you say something?
Burn.
I mean, she burned him like 5 times last chapter.
What? I was up all night memorizing that speech. He didn't even come up with it on the spot. Oh, that's funny. That is a very Kazuichi thing to do.
Kind of is
to write a memorized motivational speech to try to look cool in front of his crush.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And there's the punchline.
Yeah.
I'm the punchline. I wish I can't do that. I wish I could do a good Mark Hamill.
Yeah. And there's the punchline. I don't know.
That was more of a Monokuma.
Yeah. I can't really do a good Joker. I could probably do it if I practiced.
Yeah.
Maybe I should learn how to Joker.
Yeah, I used to do a pretty good version of like the Injustice 2 Joker and like the Mortal Kombat 11 Joker because it's the same voice actor.
Yeah, I could definitely match that like voice tone. I would just have to practice the speech patterns a bit. I think.
I could actually probably do. I used to be able to do it pretty well. Like Yeah, but I wish I could do that, but I wish I could do a better Joker. I don't know. What?
I really like this. Thanks, Kazuichi.
Yeah.
Well, at least he gets Akane's approval.
Kane is not the person I would want the approval of out of the people that's still alive. Well,
I am Mini
and
Mario.
I'd rather have Chiaki or Fuyuhiko's approval than hers.
Yeah.
No offense, Akane.
Man.
I'm only half as happy to be thanked by you. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like he isn't gonna turn it down, but he isn't the biggest Akane fan.
Well, yeah, because Akane kind of... Akane kind of trashed on him a few times.
Yeah.
That's right.
By the way, you can also use that to massage your sore muscles and pressure points.
You serious?
He's the ultimate, so he's like the ultimate robot masseuse.
I forgot. Isn't there a scene where you see her using that function?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm misremembering it, but I feel like
You
that
might-
would be a
I
funny
don't know.
scene.
Maybe it might be referenced that she used it, but you don't see the scene.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Are you serious? That's amazing.
Of course.
Of course, I made it after all. Seriously, thanks. I'll take good care of it.
Kane looks really happy. Well, at least you're finally
Hey,
doing
hey.
something genuine.
Anyway, what happened to Nagito? I haven't seen him like I usually do. You don't have to worry about that guy. He goes solo all the friggin' time.
Well,
But still, I'm a little worried about how he was acting during that last class trial. Well, he's always been a dangerous bastard, but he crossed the line, you know.
hey.
That's even more reason why we should avoid him.
But still,
But even if we do avoid him, what are you going to do if he approaches us?
Nagito's sudden change was really weird. I wonder, did he figure out something that we're not aware of? I think that's
Now
pretty
then.
obvious at this point.
Yeah.
It's obvious that when he beat the final dead room that he found something. And he even admitted it in that little scene that he lied
Yeah,
about it just being Hajime's information. So it's obvious he knows something we don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hajime, isn't it time you told us what all that was about?
Yeah. If anyone's wondering what was in the book, it was actually just all the feet pics of all the girls. Naito just like really likes feet, so
Maybe. Well, he's always talking about stepping
yeah.
stones, and you know that's
yeah, he just wants to be stepped on by women.
that's weird direction we're going here, buddy.
Yeah, you should put that in your next fan fiction project.
No way. I don't do fetish content. I don't even
Maybe
like
not.
reading. I don't even like reading fetish content. I mean,
I just thought that was kind of funny. I don't know why.
it sort of is, but maybe that's what you should write.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, if I get into Danganronpa fan content,
Or
I'll
maybe-
write the Nagito foot fetish.
Or maybe if you do fan fiction on my book, on the book that you're in, book 3, you can do that.
No, it would be weird.
I didn't say it. I don't know who. Actually, no, that is really weird. Now that I think about it, now that I say that out loud. So it's like-
I know those people, so.
well, I mean, it's not like you're the one who would receive
Yeah.
the book. Like,
I'll write foot fetish about your foot fetishes.
that's not even. No, it's not even me, man. That's Rick.
Okay.
Don't tell Rick I said that.
Moving along.
Yeah, don't tell Rick I said that. We'll never mention that again. Huh? That? You know, what Nagito said during that trial. You still don't realize it. Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Hey, bastard.
What did he mean by except for Hajime?
Are you really the traitor after all?
No, it's not like that. I didn't really want to say it, but I guess I have no choice. Tell you guys the truth, unlike the rest of you, well, apparently I was never a part of Hope's Peak Academy's primary department. I'm a reserve corps student from the reserve department.
Huh?
Reserve department?
It means, unlike you guys, I don't have an ultimate talent at all.
Even though I would consider Hajime one of the most talented people in this game.
In terms of just, like, what he's
He
doing.
definitely has a talent for solving murder cases.
Yeah,
he could rival Kyoko herself.
yeah. Maybe.
The cat is sitting on my arm.
Cat?
Cat. Good thing this game isn't very active.
You know, it's not like we're playing Mario Kart here.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm just a normal person. That all?
What? That's it, dude. Don't ever scare me like that.
It's not something I can just brush off, especially since it's about me. I thought I just forgot. I thought I got into Hope's Peak Academy because I had talent all along. But shit! My whole life, I just wanted to feel confident about myself. And I thought getting into Hope's Peak Academy meant that I'd finally become someone I could be proud of. Not some effing backup student.
Right?
She doesn't like
Cheer up,
that.
Hajime. It doesn't matter if you're from the reserve department.
Of course.
She is right. No matter what, you are our friend. You know, there is a saying in Japan. Oh, what do you got now,
What's this
son?
Japanese saying?
Listen.
Fear is grateful for the danger. How does that
Uh,
relate to what we're talking about?
I don't know.
Hey,
The hell? You're saying that all wrong. Look kind of worse for the wear there, Monami.
One was here. It was a real close battle.
I am sorry.
I apologize. I was just trying to cheer you up, but I ended up saying the wrong thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. Stuff is just hard to say sometimes. Huh? That's weird. Maybe they can't see me.
Huh?
What the heck? You're covered in blood. You saw me? Yes, that's right. The Mono Beast this time was very strong.
You?
Gross, don't get close to me. Get out of here. That's probably not the answer she was expecting.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want all that blood near me, so...
Yeah. No gratitude. I'm still being treated like filth.
Hey.
I know it's kind of a running joke in this game, but I don't really get why the characters don't like Monami so much. I know some of them think that she's in league with Monokuma, or I guess World Ender, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like they're almost like, I don't know, it's like almost like cartoonishly silly. Like how much they don't like her.
I think part of it is just like the uselessness of her.
Yeah.
In a lot of context, as in like, you know, after she loses the magic stick, she pretty much can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Where it's like, now it's just like, oh, you can't do anything to help us. Now you're just an annoyance while we're trying to figure out how to solve this problem.
Yeah, I guess they don't really hate her but they just find her kind of annoying.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's more what it is.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny, like how much they crash on her. But yeah. Hey, why don't you clean that blood off? We're trying to eat. Ah, yes. I'm ashamed of myself. Wipe.
Ding, ding, ding.
Here we go! Now then, allow me to report to you all once again. After a fierce battle that's never been seen in history, I've finally succeeded in conquering the last Mono Beast. Because of this, it's finally possible for you to travel to the final island. I see. What a thin reaction. It's like I'm surrounded by tons of shabu shabu from an all-you-can-eat restaurant.
What is that?
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but shabu.
Is it like a group of people or is it a food?
I don't know. Shabu shabu. I think it's a food. It's yeah, it's just like a big pot of soup or something.
Okay, so it is food. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like sliced meat and vegetables
Okay.
and hot water.
Okay.
Don't tell me this again. You're gonna say stuff like, it's not like we can get off this island. Why bother going to the new island?
Well, it's true. I don't really expect much.
Don't misunderstand.
But who said we weren't gonna go? Obviously, we're gonna go, dumbass.
Huh?
So,
Assuming we're thinking about running away. Assuming we're thinking about running away was a mistake.
I'll show you my serious
Because
side.
we can't run. Because I can't read today. Because if we can't run, we'll fight. I'll crush everyone who puts us through this crap in one blow. What? Yeah. Can't read today.
Alright.
Fight? Seriously? What fearsome group is called World Ender? Oh,
That fearsome.
I cannot. As I said, it's been a busy week. That fearsome group is called World Ender for a reason, you know.
What are you saying?
Why, did you forget what you said earlier?
Hey!
Dumbass, I only said that because I was trying to impress Miss Sonia.
Huh?
Don't brag about that.
He goes like, I don't get this guy.
Yeah. I think it is.
I mean, outside of a situation like this, I don't think someone like Fuyuhiko and Kazuichi would ever be friends in real life. Like,
I think in like the extended stuff, it's implied that, you know, after the events of the game, Fuyuhiko and Kazuichi and Hajime are actually pretty good friends with each other.
yeah. But like, I mean, like just like in Hope's Peak,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, like before all this, you're right. Because obviously Hajime probably wouldn't know these guys.
Not have been friends just at school.
I doubt at
I got
school
phone
Fuyuhiko
call
is
real
friends
quick.
with. Yeah, I doubt at school Fuyuhiko is friends with anyone. Because if his personality, you know, when we got to the island was what he was like at Hope's Peak, he probably wasn't friends with anybody. So. So the cat again?
That was my mom called real quick.
Not your mom.
Settle down.
Settle down. If you have the power to fight amongst yourselves, then direct that power toward our enemy.
All right.
Now then, let us go forth. Offense is the best defense.
Damn right.
You're right, now it's not time for us to be bickering.
I don't really get it, but when Miss Sonia talks like that, my blood starts to boil.
All right.
Alright, I'm getting pumped. Let's charge our way to that new island.
Starting to get pumped up.
Future Foundation, Monokuma, Monami, I'll crush them all at once.
That's...
Even me? You guys seem reliable.
Hey, don't talk like you're not included. You're our friend too, you know? Yeah, but that is kind of weird.
Yeah, you're right.
There's multiple times where she's done that, where she's
Yeah,
acted like she's not part of the group with us.
yeah.
There's a couple times
Leave
she's
it to
done
me.
And I gotta do my best too.
That particular sprite of Chiaki, I think, is one of the cutest sprites in the game. Like, it's just a very,
Yeah.
it's just a very pleasing, you know, expression. It's just like a,
Some.
it's just like a pleasing, welcoming expression. That's, I think, how I would describe that. As we left the restaurant, the expressions on our faces were clearly different than they were before. They were filled with strong will and determination. Armed with that, we began to walking toward the last island. But the clouds in my heart still lingered. I couldn't stop thinking about the reserve department. And that filled me up with a strange, uncomfortable feeling, like a bone was lodged in my throat. Small bone was lodged in my throat.
Uh,
Yeah, that's not very comfortable.
yeah. You ever get like a very sharp piece of a chip, like stab into your throat?
Oh, I hate that. It hasn't happened to me often, but it has happened.
Yeah. You're eating like a corn chip or something. You get that pokey bit, it just like stabs your throat.
Ugh. But I tried not to think about it. I tried to stay focused on moving forward. And now we're actually finally into the chapter. Smile at hope in the name of despair, daily life. Gee, I wonder with a chapter name like that, who's going to be relevant in this chapter? With a title like that. With the mono beast gone. I'll let you finish your before I finish.
I'll just do that for the rest of the stream
Yeah.
while you're talking.
Yeah. With the mono beast gone, we crossed the 5th bridge until we arrived at the final island.
So this is the last island.
It's not what most people probably expected.
Very like industrial style.
Yeah. It looks like it's like trying to be, I don't know, Tokyo, I guess.
Maybe.
But at the same time, those apartments don't look stable. I never really noticed that in the background. All the little apartment buildings are stacked on top of each other, like just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That does not look structurally sound.
No.
Then again, I don't think Monokuma has a construction license
Your building
or an
permit.
engineering degree.
Building permits.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have a bear designing your city.
A bear with no thumbs.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he has some cranes.
Yeah, he does. He's got a helicopter over there.
Yeah. With a minigun on it, apparently.
Yeah. Enormous buildings towered everywhere. It's as if the island were one gigantic city. Felt very sci-fi, as though the island was a snapshot of an urban metropolis from the near future.
I guess it has an ambiance befitting of a final island.
Certainly does. Look at all the Monokumas.
Yeah. Like a news, like a news
He's
anchor
like-
Monokuma there.
Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Swirl there, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah. The
Big
shops.
Street.
Got some
Food.
Korean street market.
Or Chinese, maybe?
Yeah. Some of that's Japanese, some of that's Korean.
Okay. Oh, hello, I see him over there. Fixing the noodles, or he's eating the noodles.
Oh.
Getting some nudes.
We're gonna have 500 coins by the time we get to go to the Mono machine.
Yep. Yeah, I think it makes us explore the whole island before we get to do anything else.
Yeah, that's what all the chapters have done.
Yeah.
I was wondering I was wondering who was lured here by the smell. I expected Akane though, not you. I wasn't lured by the smell or anything.
Anyway,
Looks like the street is full of food vendors, but as you can see, there's no customers or staff. Only the food is here.
That would be very strange.
Yeah.
Like, where does it all come from? Who
Yeah.
made it? And why?
That's a good question. Normally a street like this would be bustling with activity, but there's no one here.
Yeah. Dude, Like one of my life goals is to actually go to like Japan or Korea and go to a place like that.
Yeah, I think we
Some,
talked
like,
about going to Japan
Get
sometime.
some amazing street food.
Yeah, I think we talked about going to Japan together at some point.
It always looks so good in the videos of people doing it.
Yeah,
I'm always so jealous.
it's actually pretty creepy to think about. Just don't go to North Korea. Go
Yeah.
to South Korea. Don't go to North Korea.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it. I don't think they would let me in anyway.
Yeah, don't try it.
I don't think we can even click on anything here.
No,
No,
it's just
not really.
No,
Okay.
that's all you have to do here.
We're useless.
There's some areas that you don't do anything with.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the factory.
It's not the chocolate factory.
No, they don't make chocolate in here.
Oh, Chiaki's here. White smoke is billowing from the building in the back. Is this some kind of factory?
How could you tell?
But if it's got Monokuma's face on it, I'm sure it's a shady factory anyway.
Hajime.
Hajime, good timing.
What's up, Chiaki?
See?
This building clearly looks suspicious, right? Was thinking it might be good if I thoroughly look around inside, but
Well,
since it clearly looks suspicious, I thought it'd be dangerous to go alone.
Then do you want to go inside together?
hmm.
I'm surprised it didn't say, okay. Why are you hesitating?
You.
Hey, Hajime. You're food, aren't you?
You cut out there. Huh. How could you tell?
Oh. I was probably... I'm trying to, like, speak softly for the... for her voice, but...
Yeah, no. It just like the Discord
Yeah.
audio cut out. Not just you, the whole thing.
Yeah. So, hey, Hajime. You're the kind of person who waits until the very end to eat their favorite food, aren't you?
How could you tell?
Well,
I like to eat my favorite foods first.
see?
So instead of the warehouse, let's start with the factory.
Guess you're right. Are you a favorite food first person or favorite food last person?
I like to mix it up.
I think
Like, I like to spread out my favorite foods, like, a little bit throughout, like, the whole meal. Like, I don't eat, like, all of one food at the same time.
yeah,
Right? If I had, like, a piece of fried chicken, some mashed potatoes, and, like, some mac and cheese or something,
yeah.
I wouldn't eat, like, all the cheese and then, like, all the potatoes and then the chicken. I'd eat, like, a little bit of each, like, throughout the whole meal.
I guess just like for me, it depends on what it is that I'm eating.
Yeah.
Like you're right.
Sometimes I'll just eat food depending on, like, how good it is warm.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
a slightly lukewarm cheeseburger is fine, but, like, I'll, like, eat all of the fries first, just so they don't get cold and soggy by
like
the
when I
time
go
I'm done eating the
Yeah,
burger.
so when I go to Chick-fil-A, I always eat the fries first, no matter what I get. I
Yeah.
always eat the fries.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just kind of depends on what I'm eating, but generally,
Like if
I'll
you're having
just
this
kinda,
like a
spread-
regular dinner meal.
yeah,
I get what
spread
you're saying.
everything out pretty evenly throughout the meal itself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, then I'm going inside. There's a Monokuma in here somewhere.
Yeah, of course, there's a factory.
Yeah, I see what you did there. What the heck is this? What is being Excuse me. What was being manufactured one after the other and being carried away on a conveyor belt was
Monokumas. I bet.
Monokuma. I think he was the one actually on top of the pile. That was the one you're supposed to get. I think he's that one over there.
Yeah.
I've been found.
Which
Yeah,
is a
we got
very
over 500.
sneaky place to hide
Yeah,
a Monokuma
pretty clever.
with the other Monokumas that look very similar.
That's pretty clever. But there's trees being manufactured in the background
Yeah.
too.
I like how he's ripping up all the pine trees on the island to make.
The palm trees.
Yeah, the palm trees to make. Although I don't know how he's doing it. He's somehow going from bits of wooden leaves to a finished robot head in one machine.
Yeah, how is he doing that? This is like Dr. Seuss levels
What is
of.
that machine doing?
Yeah, this is like Dr. Seuss levels of,
Yeah.
of like technology here.
Yeah. And he's somehow adding a body to it with the same machine.
Yeah, how is he doing that?
Who knows?
I'm trying to think of like a song that you could use for that, but yeah, I can't think of one. He's just blankly staring at the machine. Looks like she's taken aback too. Well, that's obvious, I suppose. I mean, what else do you say when you see that stuff?
Watching simple machines like this reminds me of games.
Games.
Yep.
Like this one game where you just put caps on pins, or another game where you try to guess a person's gender.
What kind of games do you do that? Is that even fun?
Like, you try to put caps on pins. That sounds like a very Japanese game. Like, be the kind of game you see at like, I don't know, like an old Japanese arcade or something.
Or it reminds me of like a micro game and like a WarioWare game.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, like a WarioWare mini game.
Yeah, yeah, I think there actually is a mini game where you have to guess like the gender of someone, or like where you would probably put like a cap on top of something.
Yeah.
Those games are fun actually. The WarioWare games are actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
There's a really creative cast of characters they made for that game.
Yeah.
There are some very Japanese characters in it, like the Cat Nana and like the ninjas. Think about Young Cricket and Master Mantis. These like martial artists, and like they have this weird alien guy. So I mean, there's some very Japanese characters in it.
Are you gonna sing us the Ashley song?
I could, but not now. I mean, there's what do we got now? Like 4 songs I've said I would sing at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a full karaoke stream at some point.
Yeah. We said, well, what did we all say I was gonna do? Like the Lies song by Doofenshmirtz. We said that. The what was the other one? There was another one that I said I could do. Not kind of the Ashley song. There was another one. Oh, what was it? Was it another Phineas and Ferb song, or was it something else?
I think it had something to do with Phineas and Ferb, but
Oh, it was I don't know what it was. It was the weaponry song, because I said that when we were talking about in Ultra Despair Girls with like the weird weapons in that one point. I think that's what it was. The Norm song with where he's flying with all the weapons.
yeah.
I think that was one. And I think I also said we were gonna do I would do Let It Go for some reason. I don't remember why I said that, but I do remember that was mentioned at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll do that. maybe in the bonus stream I'll actually sing the songs that I've talked about doing throughout the course of these games.
Yeah.
The coconut tree is being carried by the conveyor. The coconut tree being by the conveyor belt is being processed and eventually.
Alright, they are actually robotic, if I remember correctly.
The Monokumas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just stuffed merch.
Yeah, made into this stupid thing. Okay, well, I guess
That
that's
is
it.
a very interesting way to be a villain, is make merch
Yeah.
for your villainous
So
self. That'd be like that'd be like Thanos invading a planet but then also selling plushies of himself while he murders half the people on the planet.
I could definitely see it like in like a Lego game. I've been playing through DC Supervillains again. That's I don't think I mentioned on stream, but I've been playing that recently. And there are some villains that you'd have to like side quest for that do really silly stuff like that. But there's one guy you have to do a side quest for to like talk about like the things that like frustrate millennials.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. There's just stuff like that. It just reminds me of like something you'd see in like a Lego game where it's like Yeah, there's one guy who like creates a video game of himself to like hypnotize people to be in his army.
Wow.
So it's pretty funny. But the Monokumas are being tossed to this gigantic basket, one after the other. They better not be real. I picked up one with my hand. So I see. So these are plushies.
Monokuma plushies. Ah, the real Monokuma is sort of like a plushie too. But unlike him, these are probably actual plushies. Isn't the resemblance uncanny? They're my life-size plushies!
Life-size plushies?
I was planning to hit the big time with these. That's why I'm making them like crazy. I'm gonna be rich. But you've made way too many. You're gonna be overstocked when it's all said and done.
Monokuma's life-size plushie. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
I see. So this place is for the manufacturing life-size Monokuma plushies.
What kind of messed up place is this?
Don't look down on me! Do you really think it's just for life-size plushies? There's a lot more Monokuma merch in the goods warehouse next door!
Hey.
What should we do?
Honestly, I don't feel like going.
But still,
What if there's some kind of important clue? What are you gonna do?
You're right that we should go just for a little while.
Alright.
She totally just manipulated the situation.
Yeah. Of course, I don't think I ever assumed how important this warehouse would be.
Yeah. We'll get to that, everybody.
It seems like such a unassuming place.
Without thinking, I peeked into the piled up stacks of cardboard boxes. There's a Monokuma calendar, a Monokuma sandbag, even a Monokuma guitar.
Monokuma guitar.
I bet even Ibuki wouldn't play that. Play music on that. First there was the Monokuma archive and the funhouse. Now there's a plushie factory and all the goods. All these goods.
All the goods. You getting the goods.
How full of himself is he?
Very.
He's very narcissistic.
Yeah. Mascot popularity doesn't last forever. I gotta earn the big bucks while I can. I mean, I guess he does see himself as a mascot of some kind.
Yeah.
And I guess he technically is supposed to be one. But I don't think he's a very popular mascot.
Not among the characters.
I mean, literally, he would be, what, the mascot of despair?
Yeah.
Is, what he would, I guess, classify himself as.
Yeah.
Besides being the headmaster of, Hope's Peak.
Yeah.
Or self-proclaimed headmaster, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I always, I always thought that when he talks to himself as like a mascot, it's like an elaborate fourth wall break, because in terms of like the overall series, he sort of is the series mascot.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was just like a really elaborate like fourth wall break that sort of kind of also does play into the plot with like you could believe that was still part of the plot of the game.
Yeah.
So that's always what
I mean,
thought it
like
was.
in universe, he technically is a mascot, literally.
Yeah, if you look at like, because if you look at the backstory of the first game and like why Monokuma exists, or like why he specifically exists and is like he is, then you're right.
A mascot that isn't popular anymore is like a piece of candy without any sugar. In other words, It has no reason for existing. What about sugar-free candy?
Ugh, hate that stuff. He's starting to talk even crazier.
Sugar alcohol.
What?
Sugar-free candy has like the sugar alcohol stuff
Oh.
that just tastes like chemicals.
Ugh. Ugh. Starting to talk even crazier. Get out of here. That's everything we have to look at.
I don't think there was anything hidden in here, right?
Looks like a Monokuma panel, but why so many?
I was thinking about these to decorate the stores that sell my merch to make them look all boom. Then they'd stand out, you know.
No store would sell your stuff.
You're so stupid.
Of course not. You're such a fool. That's why I'll open an official Monokuma shop. I'm thinking about opening chains all over the world. Of course, the main attraction will be my life-size Monokuma plushie. I feel like selling a single plushie is a bad business model.
Yeah. Can't believe you thought that far into the future when you made these. Your business is doomed to fail.
Enough already. You have no business sense anyway. Just stop it.
No.
Hey, don't say that. Let's do our best together. We'll be as popular as Pogs that were in the 90s. Yeah. I never played Pogs because I was only like 2 years old in the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't even think my older cousins had Pogs. If they did, they didn't use them by the time I was around.
Yeah, same here.
They were more into video games than Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess that was just starting.
Don't you remember how long those stayed popular? Not very long. Besides, if you're serious about opening a business, you've already committed a major mistake.
I won't forgive you.
Because there's no merch of me!
My little sister.
Oh, Monami, my little sister. Don't you know the Aesop's fable about the rabbit and the bear?
Is that a real one? Okay, I thought it was the tortoise and the hare, or the tortoise and the hare, not the hare and the bear.
Yeah. Not a tortoise?
Hey,
Time ago, there were these two old guys. Two old guys living together?
shing.
The old guys thought rabbits aren't as popular as bears. The end. What a great fable.
Yeah.
I remember my parents telling me this to tuck me into bed.
I honestly don't remember a whole lot of the Aesop's fables. There's only like two I remember. It's the tortoise and the hare, and then the one of like the ant and the grasshopper. Those are the only two I remember.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Those are the only two I could. Wasn't there a fable about like the gladiator and the lion or something?
Yeah, I don't know the story of that, but I think that there was that does ring a
Am
bell.
I thinking of a story from the Bible?
I think that was an Aesop's fable, like the gladiator and the lion.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I don't know what happened to that story, but I do vaguely remember something like that.
Yeah. There was also something in the Old Testament about one of the kings meeting a lion and getting a thing from its paw.
Yeah, like taking the thorn out of the paw of the lion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But okay. Did you even need the old guys in that story?
In other words,
So, even if I made merch of you, it's pointless. A half-pink rabbit is so lame. You don't even have 1 ounce of good fashion sense.
You're kind of dissing on yourself.
Stupid brother!
You did this to me. You're the one who has no fashion sense.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's kind of dissing on himself.
Yeah. Monokuma doesn't even wear clothes. What does he know about fashion?
Yeah, he does. You're right.
It's a JoJo reference.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Can't get through an anime game without a JoJo reference. Into the trash can.
Yeah.
Una.
What a hopeless way of snapping back.
But honestly, I can't help but feel like I might have made too many panels.
Special bleeding service.
So, whoever wants to decorate the room, please do it as much as you like.
Here.
Come on, what are you waiting for? No thank you. Hajime, let's run.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You're right. Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. We ran out of the warehouse, narrowly avoiding Monokuma's plan for inventory disposal.
Gotta liquidate those assets.
Yeah. It's like he just got tired.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I think that's everything here. Okay, outside.
On adventure with Chiaki at the warehouse.
I go on an adventure with Chiaki.
Is that a euphemism or something?
No, that was not a euphemism.
Or was it?
It was a literal statement.
Wow, wow.
It was like me being literal. Like I said, I'm just going on an adventure with Chiaki, you know, like,
Yeah.
that thing over there. Tank. Is that a tank?
I like how he didn't notice. He pointed out the tank, but not the little, like, attack copter.
I think he points it out later.
Yeah.
Is it real? No, not just that. There's a lot of other stuff here that looks really dangerous.
Like how they just like, let's go stand in the weapons yard. There's a Kuma.
Oh yeah, that's the one over here.
I
Yeah.
knew you could do it.
Okay, and the last one is in the last area. You have to explore here, so that's where the fourth one is. You can't get the fifth one till Deadly Life. Bet Mukuro would like this place.
Yeah, this would be her like dream come true area.
I guess this would be, if there were ultimate labs in this game, this would be like the place where her ultimate lab would be.
Well, that was basically Maki's lab.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It's just a bunch of weapons.
well, because like she was an assassin, so that's of course where you had all the weapons and like the cloak.
Yeah.
I always like when there's been a lot of fan fiction I've read that came out after V3 did, where they do the older games but they add in the ultimate labs.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like when they do that because it's a really interesting idea because, like, you know, you can do that for really any character in the whole series.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of tried to do that with like the individual rooms in like 2 and 1, I guess. But I feel like the labs themselves are a lot more interesting than
Yeah, because they're
like,
specialized
a
for each student.
few decorations in a room.
Yeah,
You
because
can
like,
really
they're
go
'cause, like,
all out with it.
because like the ultimate labs are specialized for each student. Each of the
Yeah.
16 has one. And I'm like, yeah, that was when I got to that game and I played it. And I said, oh man, that's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's why
Well,
I
plus
wanted.
it adds a lot more to explore and see in the game, right? I guess like with especially 1 kind of lacked interesting rooms to explore,
It's just like a
right?
school.
Because you were stuck in just a single building and they just kind of had to keep things practical, I guess.
Mhm.
Like it's built like a real place, right? You
Yeah.
could imagine all of those places being in a real school building.
Yeah.
But then obviously in 3, they can make it a lot more wacky,
Mhm.
more creative. And then obviously with 2, you have an entire,
Archipelago.
7 islands to explore. So with
Yeah.
multiple little areas within each of them. So
Like when I was working on my book, like I wanted to use the idea of the ultimate labs, and those type of rooms do exist. But like you've seen the floor plan for my book, where it's like, you know, it's not supposed to technically be believable that the building, like everything in the building, will be like actually practical in real life. But I don't remember if you remember when I showed you the floor plans for what the building in my book looks like. Considering that there is a literal soccer field on the 4th floor of the building,
Yeah.
for one. But like I said, it's supposed to be, somewhat believable, but at the same point, because it's condensed to one area, everything has to be put there.
Yeah.
So whether you believe it's structurally sound, the book is, even though it's supposed to be grounded in the real world, like the book is still fiction, and it still would be possible. It'd just be not very structurally practical in real life,
Yeah.
but possible. This helicopter. No, it is the same one. Is this the helicopter Monokuma used to execute Teru? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah.
This helicopter. Don't screw with me.
What?
It.
Bam.
Ow. Oh, he thought it was fake or something. Hajime, what happened?
Did he like punch it?
I guess.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think that was him punching or kicking it.
Yeah. It's nothing. I'm fine. Couldn't help but punching it.
Okay.
But I ended up hurting my fist.
He did punch a helicopter.
I can't say I've ever done that myself.
I don't think I've even touched a well, I haven't ridden a helicopter.
Oh yeah, I have too actually.
Yeah, I didn't punch it before after riding it.
Yeah.
I feel like I would get in trouble if I did that.
Yeah. Damn it, I'm so weak. I mean, it is made of metal.
What was he expecting to happen?
Yeah.
Even if he was strong, was he expecting to just punch a hole in the helicopter?
Yo, you're not Mechamaru here.
Yeah. Yeah, he might could punch a hole in a helicopter.
I mean, he took a freaking bazooka to the chest.
Yeah. But I feel like Hajime is not gonna
Be able to do that. We got a truck. Is this a military truck? My dad's got a ton of models of trucks like this.
Yeah.
Unlike the airplane at the
Jeeps.
Yeah, unlike the airplane at the first island, this looks like it has an actual engine inside. But I don't even know how to drive. And besides, it's not like I can escape the island by driving off of it.
Yeah, that'd be a little too easy.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be driving into the sea.
Into the sea.
It's a military truck, but there's something in the cargo box.
Yeah.
Firearms, there's a ton of them. What is that, like a flamethrower or some rocket launchers?
Yeah. So you got some rifles, rocket launchers, and flamethrowers.
Yeah. There's a lot of different weapons like guns, anti-tank rockets, and carelessly stacked in here. Is this really a right to handle these carelessly?
Probably not, but you know.
This appears to be a military base. Oh, there's a rocket launcher in the background there. I didn't...
Yeah, there's an anti-air automatic rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
I didn't notice that there. That's so. Despite the fact this island is quite small, the military technology here seems rather extensive.
All right.
These might prove useful when it comes time to combat the Future Foundation. Useful? There's no way we'd be able to operate stuff like tanks and heavy weapons? Or... Huh? Really?
Oh, I forgot about this conversation.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about this.
In my country, even a child in grade school can operate a tank, no problemo. Man, I wish they taught me how to do that in grade school.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we didn't have tank operation classes.
Nope.
At our school.
No problemo?
Especially not in homeschool.
No. A course in modern warfare is a required class in all our grade schools. An obsession with anime and now this? Zonia's country never ceases to baffle me.
However,
weapons are only weapons when humans start to use them.
I am concerned.
If no one uses them, they are nothing more than scrap metal. You're right, unfortunately this stuff in the base probably won't be useful to us.
Please wait.
No, that is wrong. Huh? Well, I have discovered a puzzling document in the tank operator's seat. Excuse me. That's the Future Foundation's insignia.
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 With a Monokuma sticker on it, too.
Oh yeah.
Jabberwock Island Development Plan.
Document. I guess documents is the last word. Jabberwock Island Development Plan. What is this?
However,
I assume it belongs to Monokuma. It was placed in there rather ostentatiously.
Ostentatiously.
So there's no B in there.
Yeah.
Ostentatiously. I do not know how much we can trust it. Do you think it could be a useful clue? Monokuma probably did leave it. Like you said, it's hard to know how much we can trust it. So what does it say? Beyond what is written in here, I do not know much.
well,
But it does document Jabberwock Island's recent development plan is at considerable length. What is that plan? To place Jabberwock Island under the Future Foundation's control and prepare it as a central headquarters. A central headquarters for the Future Foundation? I thought Jabberwock Island was a tourist destination. Why would the Future Foundation be interested in it? In actuality, there was something written in here that caught my attention. The travel agency that managed Jabberwock Island went bankrupt, so the island was uninhabited for a long time. Because of that, the island was unaffected by the incident, which allowed them to easily gain a foothold.
I guess that would be true. If there's no one on the island, there's no one to do.
I guess so. No one here, you can't have anything ruined.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. This place was uninhabited for a long time. If that's true, then the maintenance here has been way too attentive. The items at the supermarket are always stocked. The hotel is still really clean. Could that be the Future Foundation's responsibility? But more importantly, what's the incident? What does it mean the island was unaffected by it? I cannot discern that from this passage alone. Simply reading it will not help me grasp what those words mean.
well,
However, there is one more thing that caught my attention. There's more? Do you remember the guidebook to Jabberwock Island in the library? It was written in there. The central island houses a large administrative building. However, we could not find that building anywhere. We even commented how strange that was, right?
however,
But according to this plan, the building that the Future Foundation is planning to use for their headquarters... Could it be that same building? They are planning to rebuild it and use it as the Future Foundation's headquarters, or so it is written. What the heck? It's so inconsistent. How do you build a building that doesn't even exist? Damn it, what the hell's going on?
perhaps,
We were so distracted by all the horrible situations that kept happening one after the other. We might have overlooked a more pressing issue. And that is the mystery of this island. What's really going on? The mystery doesn't even make sense. No matter how much we think about it, there's no reason behind it.
Yeah, they really take their time unraveling the mystery in this game. Because it's not really until at the very end of this chapter that you start getting some answers.
Yeah.
Man, this place is boring.
Boring, what are you talking about? There's a tank here.
You.
Huh? I like strong dudes. Weapons don't excite me at all.
Obviously.
A real man fights with his fists. Well, there you go. You still get Nekomaru voice.
For a little bit.
That goes for women too.
All right.
if you wanna battle a little, if you win, you can rest on my boob pillows.
Glad you're reading that. Is that your fetish? No, I said I would. Sorry, I said I wouldn't bring it up again. No thanks.
Maybe. Possibly.
To be fair, I never really got the appeal of wanting to rest on someone's boobs like that. Like that seems really inappropriate. Like even if you're married, I still don't think that's something necessarily you should be doing.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm a man of morals.
High moral integrity.
I do actually. I like to think I actually do have a good amount of moral integrity.
Yeah.
Like being completely legit here. I think I actually do have a really good amount of moral integrity, and from like that sexual context.
Yeah.
So.
Real quick, I did find a really good sound on the soundboard.
Yeah.
To Mario Kart.
Oh, the Mario Kart 64 one, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what context we would use it here, but it's pretty funny. No thanks. Boob pillows. Oh, so I had to say it after all.
Yeah, you had to say boob pillows. Is that? I gotta look at. I looked at. That's it.
Yeah. Alright, that's it. Alright.
Double Arc Army. How would there be an army there if it was just owned by a travel agency?
That's a good question. Is the last part.
The King Industries.
The last one
Again,
is in here.
These buildings don't seem very well built.
No. Where's he at? He is in here. There's a bunch of strange machines all lined up in all directions. It's very sci-fi.
The King Industries.
Huh?
They're a company that specializes in manufacturing electric installation and other machine parts. They're a mid-sized company with only 100 employees, but they're the biggest corporation on Jabberwock Island. And this place looks like a research facility.
For a mid-sized company, this is pretty nice facility.
I guess so. I only read about them in a pamphlet next to the reception desk. Besides, the size of the company isn't the issue here.
What's going on?
This company obviously doesn't make machine parts. So just what the heck are they making here?
There's a Monokuma here somewhere. He's right, it's like they're making something more dangerous. Oh, there he is, I see him. Seems like there might be a good idea. It might be a good idea to thoroughly investigate this place. I see him.
Get over here, bear.
Yep, there he is. Get over here!
Are you serious?
Get over here! Yep, and we got them all. That's 4, right?
Yeah.
Because we got this one, the one in the plushie factory, one at the base. Did we get the one at the base?
Yes.
Okay, because we got the plushie factory, got this one, got the one at the base, and got the one with the vendors.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I just missed the one at the base. This machine. Is it making another machine? The finished product looks like it's modeled after a 4-legged animal.
Hey!
Hey, doesn't that animal-looking machine remind you of anything?
You talking about the mono beasts?
Maybe...
Is there any chance that those mono beasts were created here?
Mono beasts were created here?
Fine.
Yep, that's what this place is for.
Hey!
No matter how much you insist it's a game, people won't be convinced if a place like this doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, I guess it's better that than just saying they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You would want an explanation for it.
That's why it's just fine.
There's something wrong with you.
What the hell did he mean by that? He wasn't making any sense at all. It doesn't matter who's convinced, because I'll never be convinced.
What's going on?
I mean, this place is manufacturing machine parts. Why are they able to create such a dangerous robot in a place like this?
Does this mean Monokuma took over this place and modified it to do this? Damn it, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. This automated machine looks like it's making something.
Some kind of weird human figure.
This automated machine, sorry, is this a mannequin?
Maybe.
It's a humanoid machine. Is it a robot?
You serious?
Seriously? How can they make robots? Hey, just how far did technology advance without me knowing?
You think Nekomaru was made here?
Probably.
Yeah, it probably was.
According to the lore of this game, he would have had to been.
That was close.
It's a similar humanoid robot. It's possible. Maybe.
Hey, hey, hey!
But why would a company that manufactures machine parts have access to this kind of technology?
I don't know. Maybe this place is somewhat connected to the Future Foundation too?
I like how we've gotten through like 20 minutes of gameplay. We've already been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes.
Well, because we got off on that 15-minute rant about characters, like, and relevancy.
I've gone on a lot of rants today.
Yeah, well, no, you have to check out the one... I think you actually have to look at the one down there.
Look at this one again. Okay.
No, okay, maybe...
Maybe.
Okay, well, no, you already did look at that. I'm trying to think what else you didn't look at.
Hey, hey!
Is there something else? Maybe we have to look at this thing again.
No, you did. Human Machine is a robot, right?
Hey, hey!
Ugh, no matter how much I wish it wasn't, it's definitely a robot. Why would it come in as...
This one's Future Foundation. Is there anything off on the side you can look at?
I don't think so.
No, I guess not. You should be able to get out of here now. Oh, maybe you have to talk to him
one more time, yeah.
Hey, Kazuichi, get a hold of yourself.
Huh?
Why?
Why? Because you started laughing all of a sudden.
Well, obviously, what else am I gonna do except laugh? I mean, it's just so childish.
What are you talking about?
Hey!
Well, there's a computer over there, so I started snooping around to see if I could find any clues. Whoever was using this computer must have been sending emails to his buddy or something. He's probably trying to write manga or something. He sent one of his story ideas to his buddy. It was such a horrible, delusional story. I was so embarrassed to read it that it gave me goosebumps.
Delusional story? What was written in this email anyway?
Well, I'll start with the idea for the story. Apparently, global riots are occurring in various regions around the world.
Oh.
And these riots were caused by high school students. I mean, seriously? That's not realistic at all.
Yeah.
So these riots just kept growing as people grew more dissatisfied and frustrated with society. Until eventually it spread like an infectious disease all over the world. Footage of these riots started getting circulated, and strange incidents started occurring one after another. A hopeless anxiety instantly spread throughout the world, as the end of the world gets closer and closer.
End of the world.
Oh look, it's Sumi-chan in the chat.
Oh yeah, hello.
Long time no see.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed there. It is a little ridiculous.
Yeah. I know, right? It sounds like something a lame high school band would think of as a song title.
Hey!
Whoever wrote this needs to come up with a better story ideas because this wasn't realistic at all. I mean, students causing a riot on this scale is totally impossible. I'd never believe it for a second. But I learned a valuable lesson. I should always delete embarrassing emails right away.
Hey, about that, are you sure it's okay just to say it's a made-up story?
Of course. I mean, unrealistic things might happen in real life from time to time, but
Of course not!
there's no way this is real. It's more impossible than a notebook that kills people just by writing in it.
Oh, is that like a, what is it, Death
The
Note?
Death
Is that what it
Note.
is? Yeah. Nice reference. Wow, what a reference.
Yeah. Oh, we got a Death Note and a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference in the same chapter.
Nice.
Really layering on the anime references.
I think this is like the second time Death Note's mentioned. I think Samugi mentions it once.
Yeah.
E3. You're right. Just a lot of unimaginable things that have just kept happening to us. Maybe I'm getting a little confused. But the world ending? There's no way something unbelievable could actually happen. Alright, now I think we can.
We have seen the anime, yeah.
Yes. I've seen it. Have you actually fully watched it yet?
I have watched parts of it, the important story beats, I guess.
Okay, so at least you know.
I've
Like,
not sat down and watched like every single episode from start to finish, but I know roughly what happens in the story.
okay. Did you ever get around to watching Future Arc Sumi? I think you mentioned a while back that you hadn't seen it yet. So, did you ever get around to watching it? Forgive me if I'm wrong, and it was someone else that said that. So,
Well, at any rate, it's clear now, isn't it?
what's clear?
This used to be Sea King Industries, but it's not anymore.
I see.
After this island became uninhabited, Monokuma took over this place and modified it without permission. He did all that just to shock us.
That's the reason?
That's right!
It's not so weird. This whole time he's been doing similar stuff to us.
But why?
This is bad.
Maybe there's a bunch of crazy rich dudes who are into this stuff. They're the ones making us kill each other. Those bastards get off watching and kids kill each other.
Hey, hey, hey!
Wait, hold on. Now that I said it out loud, that's actually a terrible assumption.
I mean,
I mean, if that's true, then our fates are in the hands of those rich, perverted bastards.
Sounds like having in a work of fiction. That's more like Squid Game, even though it's not kids. Even though it's not kids, it's a bunch of rich dudes that set up the whole thing, if I recall. I've only seen the series once, and it was like late night when I binged it, so I don't remember a lot of the actual reason for why the game exists.
Yeah, it was something about like paying their debts off or something.
Well, that was the reason the
Never-
contestant center, but I don't know why the game actually existed.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I never actually watched it.
Yeah. I thought the
But-
series was alright, but there was definitely a lot of really weird stuff in it.
Yeah,
And it was all subbed, so...
yeah.
Well, actually, it was dubbed, but the dub was apparently not very well received because it wasn't always accurate to what the actual sub was, but yeah, we're not talking about that. But the thought of it actually happening in reality is definitely unsettling. Okay, that's everything then.
Yo,
Okay. Oh, so you did watch it. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I prefer you not talk about it. So thank you for considering that. So I'm glad you got to sit down and finally actually watch it. So, hey Hajime, I was looking for you. What's up, Fuyuhiko?
well,
I was thinking you probably finished exploring the island by now. You're right. I think I've explored everywhere at least once for now.
damn right.
And you want to meet up with everyone and discuss things? Yeah, I don't mind. Figured it'd be annoying if we all went back to the hotel for this. But there's a street nearby lined with food vendors, so I told everyone to meet up there.
later.
I'm heading over there right now. Hurry up and head over. Come over. After letting me know if he could left the area. He actually took the time to tell everyone about that, huh? Well, now's not really the time to be impressed by something like that. It'd be bad to make the others wait. I should hurry over to the street with the food stands. Alright.
I can figure out loop around here quicker.
Here's an easy way to die. Take a shot. Someone says, hey, Hodge. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, they do say "Hey Hajime" a lot in this game.
There was a YouTube channel I found. I never watched the full LP, but it's called like One Shot Plays, where whenever they play games, like with certain when certain catchphrases are said, they take a shot.
Yeah.
And I don't personally condone that, but I just know it exists.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some of their V3 stuff. And there's a lot of phrases that are repeated several times, like catchphrases and things, so...
Yeah.
Moving on. Alright, looks like everyone's here.
What would be the most said catchphrase in the game?
The whole series as a whole, or this game in itself?
This game.
This game? The most said phrase in this game... I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting
That's
to
tough.
think about. Hey Hajime is probably up there.
Yeah, because a lot of people say, or some variation of Hey Hajime.
Yeah. Sumi says. They know what it is.
Okay, what do you think the most said phrase in the game is? Is it actually Hey Hajime, or is it something else?
Because even though they don't talk about hope and despair nearly as much as they do in the first game.
Yeah.
Like, they really talk about it a lot in the first game.
Yeah. And except, like, really only Nagito talks about it in this game.
Yeah. So, yeah, we don't have the ultimate hope in this game, so...
No? Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, if we're talking about just actual phrases that are said more times, then I guess that might be the most said phrase in the first game. Now that I think about it, considering how much 5 and 6 use it.
I feel like... I don't know. It's probably something said by, like, a character you wouldn't think about, who, like, says the same things over and over, like... Mikon saying, like, I'm sorry, or please forgive me, or something.
Yeah, that's probably up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this game, that's probably up there.
Because,
Yeah.
like...
I would agree in this. Yeah, in one, I would probably say that may be one of the most consistent ones. Looking at the
Yeah,
chat
and
here.
then, like... Yeah, and one, like, doesn't Toko, or, like, some people have, like, catchphrases in one, I don't know.
I don't know. There's really no catchphrases in one, I don't think. I don't... Yeah, I mean, everyone just says, like, random stuff. I don't think there's any catchphrases. I think this game was where they started doing catchphrases.
Yeah.
Like the hey hey for, like, Chiaki, and you have, like, the Mikon with, like, the I'm sorry or forgive me or
Yeah.
whatever.
Then
you-
Ibuki says good nom nom nomming.
Yeah. And then you have, like,
Uh,
Gundam with his, like, I'm the supreme overlord of ice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, this is where, like, this game in V3 had a ton of catchphrases.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I
like,
guess Nekomaru is just saying Nekomaru need I.
Yeah.
That's like his thing.
But
Or I gotta take a shit.
yeah. Yeah, it's like V3 had a ton of catchphrases, which makes sense given the context of what that game is, and because there's probably some people who probably haven't played it. I'm not going to say why, but there are a lot of catchphrases in V3.
Yeah.
Like, I think each character has one.
Yeah.
Something they say all the time. Yeah, like
Yeah.
like, I'm Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars, or I'm the gorgeous
yeah.
girl genius, Miu Iruma, or that's robophobic, or like I'm a mage, or you have all that
Yeah.
stuff.
True. Yeah, the dialogue in 3 does get a little bit repetitive because of stuff like that. But
Yeah, but given the context of what that game is, I understand why.
I don't know if you've ever read the Harry Potter books,
No, I haven't.
but J.K. Rowling does a very similar thing with like not the catchphrases, but the descriptions of every character. Like every time a character appears, they're like re-described like over and over again in the same way.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of like builds up like character like you know the characters like very well by like their hallmarks or whatever.
Yeah. So I think when I've been working my book, like I only describe the characters what they physically look like the first time you meet them, but then when they show up again, it's only really said like, oh, it's like, oh, if that person had like, there's something about their appearance that was unusual at that particular time, or like there was like a certain expression on their face or something like that. But like their full physical appearance, unless something was significantly different, is not described multiple times after you meet them the first time.
Yeah.
Funny story, I actually got banned on someone's stream for mentioning that line in the stream of the second game. Well, we're not banning you for mentioning that line in this game. We spoil a ton of stuff. We spoiled a ton of stuff from the first game in this stream.
Yeah. And V3 and other streams.
Yeah.
So if you go back and watch the other ones, just know that there are some V3 spoilers
Yeah.
lurking in the older VODs.
Yeah. So, but we're not gonna ban someone for mentioning the Mukuro Ikusaba thing. We're not gonna ban someone for that, especially because Mukuro is. I'd
probably just like delete the message from chat, but I probably wouldn't ban someone just for spoilers. Like the games have been out for a while. Like if you haven't played them yet, like
I mean, and we played the game, so it's not like it's spoiling us. So
yeah, but
I mean, yeah, we're not going to do that, especially because Mukuro is actually one of my more favorite characters in one. I'm not going to ban someone for mentioning that.
Yeah. But,
Huh?
Maybe at some point I'll mention why that is. So,
yeah.
but now it's not the time to mention why I like Mukuro. So,
Huh? What about Nagito? Who cares? It's not like he's our friend or anything.
Like,
I couldn't get in touch with him. I don't know where the hell he is or what he's doing.
now then.
So, how'd it go? Do you learn anything about the Future Foundation?
Didn't he go to... How many islands are there? Is this the 5th island?
This is the 5th island.
Yeah, so I think he went to the 4th island, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's where he is.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I choose to talk about, like, when I mention Mukuro, I tend to, apply just stuff from the games.
Yeah.
When I mention Mukuro. So, I don't, like I said, I'm not saying that stuff still doesn't count because it technically is canon, but I don't tend to, apply that when I personally talk about when I like Mukuro as a character, because I don't really support like that general relationship between people that they do there in the Despair arc with her. So I don't really support that. So I choose just to kind of just sort of ignore it when I mention why I like her as a character, when I just focus on like the stuff in the games and extended universe stuff. But I understand where you're coming from, Sumi. I understand. I know a lot of people didn't like that either, so you're not alone.
Not really, like, I feel like I learned stuff, but I also feel like I didn't learn anything.
It's not clear which information we found is believable, if any.
However,
I believe there is no question that the Future Foundation is behind everything that has been going on.
Well,
We sure about that? Huh?
What are you saying? They're not our enemy, then what are they? If they're our ally, there's no way they'd trap us here on this island.
well, yeah.
That's true, but there's something I've been thinking about.
Hey,
Monami works for Future Foundation, right? You pretty much admitted it by this point. But even though Monokuma has forced us to kill each other, Monami has been opposing him.
huh?
You mean pretending to oppose him, right?
that's wrong.
No, I don't think she's pretending. They clearly hate each other.
Then it's possible the enemy of our enemy is actually an ally. because she opposes Monokuma, you think she's our ally?
Please wait.
Even if they oppose one another, it is not possible. Is it not possible? Yeah, sorry. I was in the process of correcting myself. Is it not possible they are both our enemy?
I'm starting to get pumped up.
Like a 3-way battle? That's kind of hot.
Hey,
Why, after all this time, are you suddenly backing up the Future Foundation?
whoa!
Are you talking like that because you're actually the traitor who's working for them?
Damn it!
Don't be an effing idiot.
I won't be fooled.
No way, you're clearly suspicious. I mean, if you don't... Yeah, I mean, Kazuichi is kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, he's a genius with mechanic stuff, but he's a little bit gullible and a little bit hot-headed.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Kazuichi Soda, shut up!
Yes!
She just told him. I forgot about that.
Shut him down.
There was never a traitor. Monokuma lied to us.
Oh my!
Lied?
Well,
It is simply a false entity that Monokuma made up so we would be suspicious of each other. Are you reading something there?
I was just reading what
Oh yeah.
you put in the chat relating to the band thing, yeah.
I'm just looking at this. Mukuro line from the first game. They were playing the second. I got banned for spoiling the game during a stream of the second game. Do you blame me for thinking they already played the game since the record? No, I don't. I don't blame you for that. I would think that anyone who's watching the second game, any stream of the second game, has either played the first game or played the second game already themselves. I mean,
Or
it's
at
a
least
sequel.
the plot of the first
Yeah,
game.
it's a sequel. It's called Danganronpa 2. Like, you know it's the second game. So I would generally expect someone who is playing through the second game, that's streaming it, would expect their audience to at least, like you said, know the plot of the first game or have played it themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're at fault at all for that, Sumi. I don't think you're at fault at all. I think that's reasonable what you said.
But yeah, I guess you could always check just to make sure.
Yeah, but like I said, we don't mind you.
you insolent fool.
We don't mind you saying stuff like that in our stream. So. How can you not believe in your friends after everything we have endured together? Is that Nagito, I think?
Oh yeah, I think that's Nagito.
Okay. Weak. How weak.
That's a very Nagito line.
Yeah.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah, there it is. Instead of facing your problems directly and overcoming it, you're desperately trying to run away.
Such despair.
That weakness is hopeless. Nagito? Guess we have to talk to the fool now.
I like how Shiaki's face is just surprised.
Yeah,
She's the one surprised to see him.
yeah. Why is Kazuichi smiling there?
He's always smiling.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though. Like, we'll go from the saddest like trial scenes or whatever, and immediately it'll just pop up and he's just like smiling like that.
Yeah.
Just like after being like super depressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be kind of cool if they like were able to like adapt their expressions to like different parts of the story instead of just having like a generic cutout.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because like Fuyuhiko always looks super pissed.
Yeah. And Sonya just looks super pleasant.
And
Kazuichi.
Nagito looks like he isn't crazy.
Oh, they act like they hadn't played the first game? Yeah, then why would they be playing the second game if they hadn't played the first game? Why would you play the second game first? I think, yeah, I mean, if you acted like you did that, I don't think that that's right. At least I'd be upfront about it if you were those guys. So I think you're right to be pissed. I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to be pissed. I mean, I would agree with you. You don't have to worry about that here, though. Nagito, where have you been this whole time?
Jeez.
I wonder where your thought process wandered off to. As usual, you guys just keep running around in circles. What are you, hamsters?
Oh, we're Davis of Destruction.
Yeah, we are.
Oops. If I compare you guys to hamsters, will I get yelled at by that weakling who dropped out?
That is...
What does that?
Now then.
You asked where have I been this whole time, right?
Well,
Well, I was in the middle of looking for someone.
Looking for someone?
I thought that person might have arrived, but I guess I was wrong. Or maybe that person is hiding in a secret location and carefully watching us.
you...
Hey, who are you talking about? Are you saying there's somebody else on this island besides us?
Oh yeah, the sprite does look like Nagito is like looking at his right hand a lot.
Yeah, he does. He kind of does.
It's probably a survivor of the killing school life.
Huh?
How about it?
If so, a lot of things might start adding up, don't you think?
Oh, who you gonna be for Halloween? Just randomly thought about that.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I guess you could do your Nagito cosplay.
You know, I was really hoping there was a football game up here because like they've had a lot of games on Tuesday nights recently, but there's not one this Tuesday. So I was like, dang.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm really doing anything on Tuesday. Like, if I go out to get like dinner or something, I might actually wear something.
Yeah.
I could just wear my coat, my Nagito coat, and my shirt.
Yeah.
Because I do have that shirt because it came with the coat,
Yeah.
so I could wear
You
my
could
shirt.
go. You could go trick or treating by yourself.
I don't trick or treat. I never actually have trick or treated in my life.
Oh man, I've done it like maybe once or twice. I was really never into it as a kid, but just as a college student, just going door to door asking for candy by
That'd be
yourself.
funny. If there was like a shindig or something that like was going on the campus, I maybe would consider going to that. You know, just for fun. But you know, I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, if you ask me, I have to ask you the same question. What are you doing?
I will be studying for my school work. I haven't even thought about anything like that. I just asked because I saw there's like a Halloween party or whatever at the college tonight. I was like, oh, Halloween is coming up, I guess.
Oh, Sumi, that's awesome. That's awesome,
Yeah.
though. You know, matching like the theme. I mean, I may not ship that myself, but that's awesome. I'm glad that actually sounds really cool that you and your boyfriend are doing that. That actually sounds really cool. I mean, I actually like that. That's awesome.
Is Kyoko's hair pink or white? I would consider it a lilac purple.
Yeah, that's about what I would call it. Yeah, I would say it's a lilac purple. Yeah, I think that's what I would call it. I need your help to. Yeah, lilac purple. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
You remember that time you said I should cosplay as Celeste? Do you remember that when I was visiting your house that one time?
Yeah.
You don't want to see me wearing gothic Lolita clothing, dude. I mean, I'm trying to think what context I would even do that.
That would be an interesting one to go door to door trick or treating in.
Yeah, because they know I'm a guy. They know I'm a guy because I have a beard. They would know I was a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going as a Danganronpa character, like I said, I think I could pull off an okay Nagito if I was gonna go as something.
Yeah.
Or maybe
You could do honestly, you could probably do a decent Taka.
Taka.
Yeah.
I guess I could.
'Cause you got like the dark hair, and like you could like spike it up like him.
Yeah, I guess I
Put
could.
on a white uniform. I could see a Taka. I think he's about the same height as you
Yeah.
two, technically
Wait.
in the lore.
Yeah, you need to see what in your life? I mean,
Yeah.
what do you need to see in your life? I gotta know what this is now.
Dress.
I gotta know what this is now. What do you need to see in your life? You know, we didn't choose Kyoto because of the ship. We chose it because. Okay, that makes sense. I still like it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it you
Yeah.
need to see? I gotta know what this is now. But yeah, no, I liked it though. Like, you know, they are both pretty simple. Like Makoto's a pretty easy costume to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I gotta know what it is you want to see. This is gonna bother me if I don't know what it is.
But
So, if so, there's a lot of things that might start adding up, don't you think? Are you talking about Byakuya? He's the survivor you're talking about, right?
What?
Huh? Oh, I see. You guys have only reached that stage.
what stage? You're not making any sense at all.
Not making sense.
Thank you, Minimaru.
Yeah.
But still, if you think about it properly, you might still be able to figure it out. Why would Byakuya, a survivor of the killing school life, die in vain like he did at the very beginning?
Right?
Don't you think it's strange?
What does that mean?
That is an order.
The issue is not with what he means. Please take back what you said about Byakuya dying in vain.
That's right.
Yeah, listen to Miss Sonia.
Well,
Because there's a couple. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, I mean if you're doing like a contest, then obviously if you're entering together, then you would maybe want to wear something that match or is related to each other in that contest. I can see that. So yeah, I can see that. You have been acting very strange lately. I do not like this version of Nagito we have been witness to.
This version of Nagito.
Yeah.
Nagito does go through a lot of versions of his own personality.
Oh, you wanted something easy. Yeah, that's fair. I've never been one to want to go super, be super in depth with anything that I might create or go as. I've never been one that puts in all that effort. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
But I can respect it. So also, you relate to Kyoko, okay? In what way? I'm curious.
Sumi's also a detective from Japan. Probably. I bet that's it.
Maybe. That'd be cool.
I don't like you either. Well, I've never liked you in the first place.
This is troubling.
Looks like I'm being hated. Well, that's understandable. There's no way you guys can comprehend my suffering.
That's the most emo thing I've ever heard him say.
Yeah.
There's no way you can even comprehend my suffering.
Yeah.
That's so emo.
Well, knowing the truth can be pretty painful in its own way.
I mean, that's like kind of what the end of the first game did, where the whole point was they want, like, the characters were supposed to find out the truth so they could suffer from the pain of actually knowing what actually happened.
Yeah.
That was sort of the point. I mean, that's fair. I was reading something in the chat here. It says, the gloves to cover us. Okay. Oh, huh, okay. No.
Yeah.
I can understand that, so. Yeah, I can understand that, so. Truth, what truth? What do you know?
Curious, are you? But why don't I tell you guys that after we found out who the traitor is? Huh?
Actually,
To tell you the truth, I still haven't figured out who the traitor is. But it won't take me very long. You guys don't have to worry. I'll weed out the traitor even if it costs me my life.
That's a very,
Hold up, I gotta.
Okay. Yeah, that's a death flag right there.
What?
You're gonna weed out the traitor?
Please wait.
As I have said, there is no traitor.
Yeah, I'll bet in the end you're just gonna raise your hand and go, actually, I'm the traitor, right?
You're a funny guy, Kazuichi. But why don't I tell you guys that after I've found out who the traitor is? If I'm able to wipe out all the despair on this island, will I
This is exciting!
become the ultimate hope?
Ultimate hope.
You.
What the hell are you talking about? Have you finally lost your damn mind? Pretty much.
Kinda has.
Yeah, I would say he does not have a sane mind at this point.
Now then,
Now then, I should get going. But if you see Monokuma, there's something I want you to tell him. Tell him he doesn't need to provide a motive anymore. Huh? Tell him not to worry, because I'm planning to go all out. The next one will probably be the last.
So next. Probably
Oh.
be the last.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. When you said about the ultimate hope, yeah, we were kind of being coy about it.
Yeah. Nagito, what does that mean?
bye now.
Bye.
Nagito ignored Chiaki's question and left us. We were powerless to stop him.
Well, I mean, they could have stopped him, but
Yeah,
they apparently were too shocked to try.
yeah. It's clear to us that trying to stop him would just be useless.
Hey!
I don't want to think about it, but could he be planning a kill?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You can tell us what your favorite foreshadowing is in the first game. I'm fine with that.
A kill? Who? Who's he gonna kill?
Damn it!
Based on how he was talking, looks like his target is the traitor.
Please wait.
There is no such person. I mean, the notion that one of us has been deceiving us all along. I will never ever believe that.
Maybe it's you, Sonia, and you're acting like this to cover it up.
Maybe. Like Sonia said earlier, I can't believe it either. I don't think any of us could do that.
Oh yeah, I think you've mentioned that one.
Yeah.
in
If you
one of the
haven't,
past streams.
yeah. If you haven't, then
Yeah.
yeah, I like that too. Yeah, I mean you're right. I think
Yeah.
one of my favorite foreshadowings. I think one of my favorites. I think. Well, it's in V3, but I know you haven't played V3, Sumi, but there's one thing that happens, I think it's in chapter 4, the start of 4, that relates to something that was in chapter 1 that I was really curious about. I won't spoil that for you since you haven't played the game, but that's one of my favorite foreshadowings. Do you know what I'm talking about, ACP? It happens right at the start of the chapter with like the video thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite foreshadowings, I think, because it was something I was really curious about in that game.
Yeah.
I won't spoil that for you until if you haven't played V3, I'm not going to spoil that for you. So I want you to be able to experience that for yourself without us spoiling any more than we might have already spoiled in this game.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite foreshadowings, if you ACP? What's one of your favorites, if you can think of one?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite.
Or what's
I
one that
think,
stuck out to you? Then? Maybe that's a better way to
I
put it.
mean, obviously, Heroes from the first game is pretty funny. Then I guess, like Nagito says a couple like there's a couple like very
Yeah, we're done
like,
talking about V3.
clever foreshadowy things in V2
Yeah,
or not 2, but just
just this
V2.
game. Yeah, we're done talking about
but,
V3. So yeah, we're done talking about V3. So yeah, you're good. We're not gonna spoil the game.
Yeah.
We want you to be able to experience it for
The-
yourself because it's a crazy ride of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's like I don't know if you call it foreshadowing, but there's like clues like pretty well sprinkled out
In this game,
during the investigations.
in this game.
And then there's like very small hints of things in the future of this game,
Yeah.
I guess, that are foreshadowed through like some of Monami and Anakuma's dialogue.
Yeah.
Then Nagito and Chiaki say some interesting lines.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's one free time event with Gundam that foreshadows the.
Yeah, I guess it does now that I'm remembering that particular event. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's another free time event that you can't see in the main story. I mentioned it before. It's one of Byakuya's. We're gonna get to that this chapter, so. But what if it's Nagito? Or what if whoever it is has forgotten about it? What if the traitor has forgotten they're the traitor? That's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Like, what
Like
if
they were supposed to be the traitor, but then also had their memory wiped along with everyone else.
Yeah, that's a really interesting
And-
idea.
Like don't even know that that they were supposed to be a traitor.
Yeah. That's
It
a
kind of
really
reminds me of the plot of Iron Giant.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where the giant itself was supposed to be like a world-destroying machine, but
Yeah.
forgot it was supposed to do that because he had a bump on his head or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
There's also a Monokuma theater that hints at Junko as the traitor.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. But yeah. But that's a really interesting idea.
Did you
I-
read the dialogue here?
Oh, I thought I had. Just oh no, I didn't read this yet. Just like how I forgot I don't have a talent. Thought I had read that.
Well, regardless of who he's targeting, there's a high chance that he's planning to kill, right?
That's right.
We gotta tie him up again. Forcing him to stop is the only way.
Oh.
It's impossible. Nekamaru's not even here anymore.
I'll show you my serious side.
Heh, I've got what it takes to deal with someone as weak as him.
I'm here too.
I'm here too.
Minimaru's gonna help.
Yeah.
Huh?
Then is that a yes, right? Just leave it to me. Once I come up with a plan, we'll meet up again.
Tie up Nagito, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. I think we talked about that, like that line, but not in that relation to it being a foreshadow. I think we did bring that up when I bring up like that was a funny line.
Yeah.
Because that was in one of the recent streams, I think. But that is really good. I didn't pick up on that actually. That was foreshadowing. Yeah, that good on you. I didn't know that. I didn't piece that together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kazuichi is right. It's dangerous to let Nagito wander freely. If we're being cautious, we have to act fast. But what is this indescribable anxiousness I'm feeling?
We'll call that the Nagito effect.
Yeah. I hope it's just I'm thinking too much. Hope it just means I'm thinking too much. For the time being, we decided to finish our exploration of the final island. And I returned to the hotel. What would be the Mr. Grinchman effect? What would you think that would be?
Um, I have no idea. um, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you necessarily bring overwhelming despair, overwhelming joy to people.
That's not what I was asking.
Not
It
either
didn't have to
way.
be that. I mean, I was thinking
I don't know.
or maybe it could be like called the Mr. Grinchman Principle or something, where it's me going on my rant about like the first game. Like that could be like they could call it
Yeah.
that. Like the
Yeah,
Mr.
anytime you talk about Kyoko,
Yeah, the Mr. Grinchman
it
Principle.
triggers his rant.
Yeah, the Mr. Grinchman Principle. You can call it that. It's a well, yeah. Like I said, it's not that only doesn't reflect the opinions of anyone else, just me. So it was already dark by the time we returned to the hotel. I'm trying to think what the ACP principle would be, or the ACP effect would be.
Saying I'm tired.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's dark out.
Yeah, someone's over there. Yeah, they're all over here.
You're supposed to talk to him?
I don't know.
I.
I'm reading that. I'm just playing through the game a second. I think we're a stream. Oh, nice, you did. Okay. I don't remember if I thought that right away. I did pick up on it before they revealed it.
Yeah.
I believe that there is no traitor.
Do you have a minute?
No, that is not the issue. After all, it is impossible.
Well,
Why does Nagito not understand that? And furthermore, he has even made an insulting remark about Gundam. Gundam gave his life so he could teach us something important. Sonia. At the time, Gundam scolded me for attempting to stop his execution. But looking back on it, he would forgive me with a smile on his face, right? Yeah, definitely. Gundam stayed true to himself until the very end. I will never forget that. What tipped me off on it? Let me think. Give me a second and I'll get back on that. It's been a long time since I played the first game for the first time. So, give me a second to, like, try to remember exactly what tipped me off about that. Just give me a second and I'll get back to you, I promise.
I'll do Nekomaru's share of the grunt work.
leave it to me.
I'm pretty confident about my strength. As long as nobody grabs my tail, there won't be any problems.
Yeah, I hate when she talks about that. It
Tail?
happens in the trial, this chapter, and it's so stupid.
I don't know what that means.
I don't want to know. Do you have a tail?
You.
Obviously, I'm joking.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I see.
Don't be thinking stuff like, if you want to see a tail, I got one if you grab it. I don't know what that means. I'll get even more powerful. Ha 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 ha.
Hero is a... Okay. Okay, I'm not really... Yeah, I don't know, like, Japanese names super well, but if you'd say that's a guy's name, I believe it. Like, I would believe you. You probably know more about, Japanese than me, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I maybe
It'd be
wouldn't-
kind of like, I guess it'd be kind of like having a girl just named like Mike or something. in
Or
your
Sam.
class.
Sam.
Yeah. Or like, you'd be like, well, it's, I guess a girl could be named that, but it's like not like, normal.
I think what tipped me off, now that I'm thinking, I think what tipped me off about it was there were some points in the first... No, it's the second chapter, I think. Like, when they announced the motive with, like, the secrets. I think it's just, like, stuff Chihiro was talking about, and, like, just the way he was kind of portraying himself through that chapter. It's like... I'm like... I think like because it wasn't like because like it's different from like saying like you're weak in the context of like what he was saying and the context of what Toko talks about it. There's a difference between talking about like saying like self-depreciating yourself, like where you talk about your trash like Toko does, or with Chihiro where you just hate the fact that you're weak, whereas Toko just kind of accepts it. Yeah. So in that kind of context, if I recall, like just some of the dialogue he said and the way he talked, I think that's what sort of tipped me off about it. And then also when Mondo started talking about like his manly promises and like Chihiro sort of reacted to that, and like in kind of like a way like it's like sort of like almost like a brother kind of code sort of thing, if that makes any sense. I think that's sort of what tipped me off about it, that he could be a guy. I think that's what tipped me off, if that makes any sense to you. So I think that's what it was. That's a terrible joke. It's even worse than an old joke an old man would make.
Yeah, she's not very good at jokes.
No.
Jeez.
Jeez, even her ignorance has a limit. What are you talking about this time?
Huh?
It's Sonia. She had the nerve to say she wanted to check out my body. What?
What?
Huh? Your body?
Bastard!
Don't think about weird things, you bastard. Yeah, I know you're saving it for Pecco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chihiro got bonked pretty hard.
Yeah, he did. Okay, oh, you are. Yeah, I guess your name is Japanese, yeah. Let's be honest, the reason Mondo killed Chihiro, basically. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's even what he describes. Yeah, you're right. Like, it wasn't like that. I don't know where she heard it from, but she came up with it. She came up to me and said, "Real Yakuza are supposed to have tattoos, and so show them to me." I think that is true. I mean, oh, so that's what it was. So that's what it was.
Yeah, I think you did mention it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, that's really cool though. Like, that's really cool.
So I guess if you're from Japan, do you still live in Japan, or did you move to
Somewhere else.
the U.S.?
Or what? Yep.
He seems to speak English pretty good, so I would imagine you've lived somewhere that's English speaking for a while.
I mean, in all fairness, I'm not sure if I should be saying this on stream, but I mean, who's really gonna care? I mean, I sound like I'm American, but I'm not actually from America myself originally. So.
Yeah.
I mean, ACP was, but I'm not. Even though I've grown up my whole life in America, I'm not. I wasn't born there. I'm not even ethnically American.
Yeah.
So.
He has the strong Russian blood.
Yes, I am of Russian heritage.
Yeah. I'm German and English, mostly.
Yeah.
Pretty much all German and English. I think both my dad's family was pretty much all from England originally, and then my mom's father's side was from England, and my mom's side was from Germany, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you live bilingual. Okay, so you live in Japan, English. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome, actually. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm working on my Japanese slowly but surely.
Yeah. At some point, like learning another language is something I maybe want to do at some point. I just don't really know if I want to take the time right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of commitment. You gotta spend like 3 or 4 hours a day on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're Japanese, you would obviously know the culture and like how names would sound, and what name would be traditionally given to a boy and what name would be given to a girl.
I think Sumi mentioned that they played through it in the original Japanese too. I could be wrong, but
I think,
or at least has seen some of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they played it in English or Japanese.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool though. Like,
Damn it!
not funny for her to tell me to strip right in front of her. Who does she think she is? Besides, tattoos aren't supposed to be gawked at.
It's tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
In English first. Yeah, that's interesting.
Play the English version first. Okay. I guess we're just going to. Can you actually go out there? Can you actually go anywhere else? Like, can you go down to the beach or not? Can you actually do that now? You probably
maybe
can't.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So I guess you just have to go to bed.
Yeah, so I guess you can talk to them and have to go to bed.
Yeah, okay.
But
Where's
yeah.
Chiaki? Chiaki's not out there.
Dude, even if I got good enough at reading Japanese, I feel like I would have to look up the Japanese guide to the spelling game of the Hangman's Gambit.
Yeah.
One, because I would be so bad at like knowing how to. I don't even know how they do it in Japanese. Do they do kanji or is it all in like hiragana?
I don't know.
I guess like I don't know.
Maybe when you're up here, we can just test it when you're up here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't
I
have to
don't
like,
know.
play
I've
much.
never-
We don't have to like play much of the game, but like yeah, okay, you did get 4 of them. Okay, maybe we could test that. For some reason, I'm really tired today.
I just want to look up this real quick.
Yeah.
See if there's anything about it online.
I'm sorry to go harkening back to this, Sumi, but you mentioned earlier like there's something you like really wanted to see in your life. Would you mind telling me what that is? If you don't want to tell me, then that's completely okay. I just kind of want to know what that is. So if you don't want to say, or if you don't remember, then that's completely okay. Just it was just I was just thinking about for a bit. So, if you don't want to tell me, then that's entirely okay. Okay, hiragane or hiragana is what Sumi says in the chat about what she thinks Hangman's Gambit is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see. Oh well. I just pulled up a Japanese Let's Play of Danganronpa 2, and Monokuma sounds way different in the Japanese
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
He's like, Konnichiwa! Monokuma desu!
That's funny.
Like, squeaky.
That's kind of funny.
See if I can find a quick Hangman's Gambit. Did they do Hangman's Gambit in the first?
Yeah, there's Hangman's Gambit in all 3.
Yeah. At what point in the trial do they do the Hangman's Gambit?
I don't know. I don't remember the trial, like the order of which the trial stuff happens in the first game.
No, in 2.
Oh, in 2? Which trial are you looking at?
at?
Which one are you looking at?
Teru's trial.
Okay,
When would there be a hangman?
don't remember. If you know 4, you can just look for elevator. If you can pull up
Yeah.
4.
I'm trying to remember.
You were talking, okay, when you said that, if I recall, we were talking about Halloween costumes. That's what we were talking about when you said something you wanted to see. We were talking about Halloween costumes, and I think ACP was asking like what I would dress as, and I mentioned like something about Celeste or something. I think that's the context in which you said that. I think that's what we were talking about. I believe that's what we were talking about.
Well, I can't find it right away.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that later.
Yeah, but
Not important right now. Well, since I walked around all day, I was able to obtain several clues. Although I'm not really certain if you can call these clues. Instead, I feel like we're just suffering from the mysteries that don't make sense. I should have known. Should have known that's what it was. I should have known.
Yeah.
You're not the first person who said that.
no.
I'm not just talking about you, ACP. I had a friend who I got coffee with a couple years ago who had just played, or who had just watched the playthrough of the first game, and I was really surprised she knew what it was. And we were talking about it, and I think it was actually just after I had visited you, and I told her about that, and she said she'd pay a lot of money to see me dressed like that. So, you're not the first person, Sumi, to say that. I don't know what it would take me. I don't know what it would take for me to actually bring myself to do that. It would have to be in a context where either nobody knew who I was, like personally, no one personally knew who I was, or if anyone knew who I was and was there with me, it would have to be sworn to silence, where no one, like, it would never be brought up to anyone again. I think so. Like, if say you and I, ACP, went to like a Comic-Con or like some kind of convention, and I dressed like that, we would never bring up that I did that to anybody else. Just for example. So, I'd say I pay a lot of money, but you probably don't accept that. Well, I don't want you to have to waste your money on that. Like, I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to take your money because of that. So, I do appreciate the humor in there, though. I do appreciate that. I love good humor, but I wouldn't want to take your money because you want to see that. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Apparently, there's Hangman's Gambit at the very end of first one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Iron Skewer.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Because you failed on that a couple times. But yeah. No, I know it was a joke, and it was funny. Yeah, I know that was a joke, and the joke was funny. So,
But yeah.
I mean, once again, yeah, the Gothic Lolita costume. This might be a bad habit of mine. You know, there was a dream I had, not where I was wearing Gothic Lolita or anything, but there was a dream I had a couple months ago, in which Celeste was actually in my dream. I'm not exactly sure why. That might have been when I was watching Nintendo Capri Sun playthrough Danganronpa 1. So maybe it was just on my mind at the time. But in that dream, it was like an aged up Celeste, and I guess I was like 24 in the dream, or I don't know how old I was, but I was like mid-20s in the dream, and Celeste was like aged up. And the weird thing was, like, we were like dating in the dream, and it was really weird. And the weird thing was Rick was in it, and Rick was dating Mew. And like, that weirded me out. Like, to see Rick with like that kind of weirded me out. So, fortunately, you were not in the dream, ACP.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, so yeah, but that's just something funny. So I don't know if you think that's funny, Sumi, or anything, but that was just something kind of funny that happened to me a couple months ago. So in a dream, I wasn't wearing Gothic Lolita, but I was dating someone who was like that. I mean, I was dating Celeste in the dream, so I mean, Celeste is not a character I would want to date in real life. Not only because she's also 8 years younger than me. So I should just get some sleep for today, rest my mind for a while. And then I'll just give some more thought tomorrow.
I agree.
Actually,
Words are extremely dangerous. Like letters, words cannot be undone with erasers or with a backspace. That's why you need to be extremely careful. Same goes for me. There was a time in my past when I went through a lot of trouble because of that. That's right. when I was being trained at the safari park. At the time, there were two animals at the park that I got along with. One was a squirrel named Sir Dietrich, and the other was a fox named Cha-Cha Jr. And to be honest, Cha-Cha Jr. was really stupid. If a female employee tried to have a serious talk with him, he'd just stare at her boobs the whole time.
I like what you're saying here, Sumi. Like having a series of dreams that are like all connected with each other. Like that's awesome. I love dreams like that.
Yeah.
Like where
never had dreams.
Yeah, I have dreams like that. I've had dreams like that before, but I love it when you have like one dream, but then you wake up, but then you have another dream later, and it continues what you were dreaming about. I love that. Like that's really cool. And like
it's
the fact
so rare though, at least for me.
What?
Having something like that happens pretty rare for me.
Yeah, well, that's cool though. Like, and I said, and you said like you're continuing Danganronpa 1 with you and your boyfriend. And that's really awesome. Like a self-insert story, like where you're both part of the story now. Like that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Don't mind my asking. Yeah. You can tell us what some stuff that's happened. I want to hear it. This is interesting to me. Yeah, tell us some stuff that happened in the chat while we get through this Monokuma Theater here.
That's why Sir Dietrich would order him to steal panties. And that idiot would get real happy when he exchanged the panties he stole for Dietrich's old undies. These Monokuma theaters are unhinged.
Yeah.
Also, this one time, the three of us went to a steakhouse. And the waiter asked, "How do you like it cooked?" Cha-Cha Jr. proudly said, "With fire." Sir Dietrich was pretty crafty. He knew how to play Cha-Cha Jr.
No,
He made Cha-Cha Jr. abduct a fawn and drown it. Jesus. Then he saved that drowning fawn himself. And he made Cha-Cha Jr. tell everyone about it. Man, he really did some shady things. This is a squirrel and a fox we're talking about?
Yeah.
Then they went to a steakhouse. Squirrels don't even eat steak.
No. Yeah. No, you can call your boyfriend what you want. I'm fine with you just saying whatever, as long as you're comfortable with it.
Anyway, the three of us were getting along together. We were living a fun life in the safari park. That's right, until the day I ended up saying those words. I accidentally said this to Cha-Cha Jr. Foxes and squirrels, natural enemies. The next day, I stumbled across what was left of Dietrich Sr. He had been eaten. Good thing I immediately tattled to a male employee so he could put down Cha-Cha Jr. with a hunting rifle. Jesus. Just got him shot. Even now, I regret saying what I said back then.
What the hell?
Jeez, squirrels have it rough. They have so many natural enemies.
That was
yeah.
really weird. Yeah, you know,
That's probably one of the weirdest ones in
such an ultimate
in this
talents in here. Yeah, and I had a dream in which I was sort of a Danganronpa type dream where I had my own ultimate talent, which is based on. Are you just saving? Did you not save?
I haven't saved yet.
Okay. No, but I had a dream one time in which I was in a Danganronpa game where I sort of had my own ultimate, and that was adapted into my book that I'm writing, in which I actually had my own ultimate talent, which I gave to the character based on myself in the book. So yeah. Ding dong. My ultimate was you were a musician, yep. Knockoff.
Ahem!
Ultimate attorney.
Speak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make.
Oh, you make music. What kind of music do you make?
Good morning, everyone! Looks like today is gonna be another perfect tropical day! Now then, let's show some enthusiasm and make sure to give it our all today!
Pretty sure everyone's starting to meet up. For now, let's head over to the restaurant. Oh, it depends on the day. Okay, so it's different kinds of stuff. All right. Anyway, Leon isn't a series. Oh, in the series. Okay, so Leon would switch with Nagito. Okay. There's 2 lucky students in your dream. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Well, yeah. I'm like actually tired though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go through all of the rest of daily life.
Well, I wasn't say we had to do that. So I mean, I just want to hear. I want to hear about this dream though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to hear about this dream. So it's really interesting to me. So, yeah, I don't think that. Well, considering how much I underestimated daily life in 3, I don't want to risk lowballing again. Recurring thing. It was a recurring thing in the dream that Nagito is constantly expressing how much he wants to shoot. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I kind of felt. Well, I didn't want to kill her, but I felt. I said I wish you were one of the ones who had died instead when I played the first game about Toko. So. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you're typing that out. Like you know, and I was mentioning in the dream I had where. Yeah, it was where I had an ultimate talent. I've told you this ACP, but just for anyone who doesn't really, I don't know if anyone really cares, but you know, I was called the ultimate college sports enthusiast, which it was more defined as like a historian kind of guy, where someone who studies the history of sports. You know, so that was sort of more what my talent was. So, yeah, so.
I just noticed something in the Japanese version of the Mekon falling over in the dining hall.
Oh yeah, the party.
In the Japanese version, they have the little hot dogs cut up to look like an octopus.
Oh,
they removed from the English version.
Okay,
that's funny.
Byakuya is
Or they replaced them with something else, but.
Byakuya is basically Palpatine. Okay. There's a thing like that in Earthbound where, you know, like how you have like the metal pencils and metal erasers in that game. Like in the Japanese version of Earthbound, there's like one is like a metal octopus that you have to erase. It's pretty funny. It just reminds me of that. I didn't know that. So the first case was Hiro being stabbed and okay, Toko killing him. Okay, so 2 of the survivors die right at the beginning. I'm fine with that. Well, that checks out to me. Yeah, so. That's really, yeah. I said I love dreams like that. I think if I ever did do that Gothic Lolita thing, like. I don't think they would. I would make sure no pictures existed of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no pictures would exist of that. I mean, I guess if I had happened to do that and like posted it in like a chat, like the chat, like you couldn't see the, like in like a VOD because the way we have it structured now, you couldn't see the chat if you rewatched the VOD. If I when I re-uploaded it on like YouTube or something, so.
Yeah.
I mean, like then it wouldn't matter. So you'd only get to see it for like that one session. If I ever did that. Not that I would, but if I ever did. Plus I'm not paying. I'm not wasting my money to pay for that kind of clothing. Plus I'd probably get rid of it right after I used it if I ever did. I'd probably get rid of it. I don't need people knowing I have it. If I ever did. Or I'd just give it to you.
Yeah.
Or I'll give it to Rick. I bet Rick would. I bet if you dared him, Rick would wear it. If you dared him.
Yeah, if you dared him, give him like $100.
As soon as they found out Toko killed Hiro, Monokuma said it's punishment time, but before they got to the execution, Nagito grabs the Glock and shoots her in the head. I have very dark dreams for my innocent mind. Yeah, I think all of us sort of. You know, I think that can happen to some people. Like,
yeah.
mean, I can't say my mind is innocent. I can't say that. You know, I can't say that with like complete transparency, like in honesty. I can't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, we played games like this, and we've seen tons of media over the years. Obviously, our minds aren't innocent, like you and I.
Yeah, I finally found footage of the Japanese Hangman's Gambit.
Okay.
And yes, they do use the hiragana. I guess like you call it the Japanese alphabet, and not the Japanese kanji or the Chinese characters for the thing. So yeah, that'd be very difficult.
Yeah.
Even if I knew, kind of like, it'd be hard to like, yeah, guess how to spell words in the Japanese version.
I don't doubt you have an innocent mind. I'm not. I was more talking about myself when I said, you know, when I was talking like maybe I don't have an innocent. I was talking about myself, not you, Sumi. I was saying that I can't say that about myself. So I just, you know, felt like just being honest about it. So, I mean, we're 25, 26-year-old guys here, ACP and I. So I mean, it's understandable for you and I, ACP. But yeah, well, I'm pretty. Oh, you started V3. Let me tell you about Chapter 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can tell us about it next stream. Chapter 2 of your dream. Yeah, that's fine. How far are you into V3? Then we'll wrap it up. I want to hear that. How far are you into V3 right now? Okay, you're at the start of Chapter 3 and got to the part where Mew modifies Kibo. Okay, so you've seen that scene. Okay. You've seen that scene at the lab, so... I remember your reaction, ACP, when we got to that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool though. Chapter 3 in that game, I mean, you know, it's interesting. So, but yeah, hope you're enjoying V3. But you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. But with that being said, I guess we'll wrap it up for the night. I look forward to hearing more about your dream next time. But I guess we'll wrap it up for the night.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess if Sumi's in Japan, that'd be what 10 in the morning
maybe, yeah.
for them.
21-year-old, so still innocent minded. Yeah, you're still in the innocent phase. I think when you hit 22 is like, unless you're just exposed to stuff super early. I think once you get to like 22, 23, 24, I think that's when the innocent phase truly ends. At least over here in America.
Yeah.
I think you would argue in America the innocent phase ends sooner over here in America.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on like your upbringing.
The land of debauchery.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess our next stream is probably gonna be like Sunday or something. So, but yeah. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you for joining us tonight for more Danganronpa 2. Next stream we will be taking on Daily Life and potentially Deadly Life. I'm not sure. Depends how long we get through Daily Life. How long it takes us.
Yeah, I don't remember how many more. I guess daily life stuff we need to go through. Although the daily life always takes us a lot longer than we think it will.
Yeah, especially for Chapter 3. When I saw that scene, I was like, I need a Bible and holy water. That's fair. I mean, yeah, it's fair.
Gotta clean your eyes after that one.
Yeah. I mean, next stream, if you're in the next stream, you can tell us, you know, if you get further into the game, like, you know, what you think about the rest of 3, so yeah. But that being said, I guess our next stream's probably like Sunday or Monday or something, but we're gonna wrap it up tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I am Mr. Grinchman, once again along with ACP. Thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody.
Good night.